I wish y'all could all see the chorus of butts that I get before we go live. Jeez. Everyone's jumping in.
Amazing. Wait, are you saying there's booty rocking everywhere? Rocking everywhere?
Okay.
Hey!
Okay.
You're so lucky.
I'm going to send the Kraken after you in this game.
Oh, the Kraken, huh? The Kraken?
Kraken. Those dice right here.
Really? Are these
The Kraken dice.
Are these butts musical? Is that what you're saying? They're a chorus of butts?
I'm having flashbacks of the Monty Python and the Holy Grail right now.
It's time for a refrain.
So, I guess we'll get to the welcome now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Butt 6. I mean, Callisto 6.
Oh my god.
It's good to see y'all all back here for another game tonight. We left off at a pretty crazy spot.
It's fine.
Last one. Everything's fine.
Everything is.
It's not fine. I am upset.
So, just like last week, not a lot of announcements tonight. Does anybody have any announcements that they need to get through tonight?
even know
Otherwise,
what
we
day
can
it
just
is.
jump right into the game tonight, really.
Who is it? Where? Who?
What
day is it?
What? I don't know.
We're coming up on, just look out for all the announcements this summer. You know, it's con season. Things
It's
happen.
con season, and you might be seeing, like I kind of mentioned this before, you might be seeing a lot of us at Gen Con this year, so definitely keep an eye out for that. We don't have any schedules for anybody to release just yet, so hopefully we'll have some more information. Yeah, stay tuned. But yes, we will be looking forward to being out there. Gen Con is always a big time of year for Geek and Sundry, so we are definitely going to try to get out there as best we can.
Just fun fact, Library Bards will be there, and we have 4 shows on the schedule already. So
4 shows at Gen Con? Oh,
Thursday,
man.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday with Dungeon Master.
Wow.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's cool.
Also, this week, Citizens of Space was released on the Sega game on Nintendo Switch and all that other the game that
Yeah.
voices on. So, I know. There's a lot of
Nice.
weird things in that.
See, we had announcements.
Yeah, I
at
had
that.
to figure out
announcements.
where I was.
Callisto 6 stats will probably still register that as one snort for the game. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to let you. A little pregame snort. Yes, Sam DeLev.
It probably wouldn't be Butt 6. It would probably be Calipigian 6. Having nice buttocks.
Ah,
I learned a new word.
fascinating.
For that.
And we look forward to the fan art.
What a cute word for booties. Cute words. Cute players. Cute booties. Get excited.
Yeah, see, it's funny because Vampire has their mature content warning, and clearly this is ours.
Immature content.
We
Immature
talk about
content
buttocks,
warning.
Everyone.
Hector's been
Get
gone for
ready.
3 seconds and we're falling apart.
Yeah, thanks, Hector. Just completely, yeah. Yeah.
That was
So
the grown-up.
no other real big announcements tonight. I would just say keep your eyes for the information that we're going to be sending out pretty soon about Gen Con, and hopefully we'll be able to see you all there. Unless there's anything else tonight, any more tomfoolery. Is there any other announcements we want to jump into? No? Okay. Then let's go ahead and begin tonight's episode of what, Sam? You got to say it. I can't start.
We all felt that it was wrong. We're like, no.
I know, we're about to tip over the edge. Holly's over there getting ready to press the button going, no.
This is not that day.
I know. All right, let's jump into tonight's episode of Callisto 6.
Mr. Krause declined to comment. Coming to terms with the loss of Anton, the Callisto 6 have vowed to find a way to rescue their lost teammate. Returning to Earth after a harrowing journey, the team discovers that weeks have passed, and that the city has not only become aware of who they are, but also believe they are dead. Taking this time to reconnect with family, the team decides to return to Raft City before scouting Blue Dolphin Base in their search for Dr. Patel. After an emotional encounter with Anton's father, Hops retreats to a place of comfort. The old warehouse where Anton once helped her control her powers. Unexpectedly, she encounters Dr. Patel and Sal, who recently escaped from Blue Dolphin Base as it had come under siege. Realizing the danger, Hops contacts the team in an attempt to warn them, just as they are confronted. Now a fight is erupting with the mysterious attackers as the Callisto 6 are racing back to the safety of Raft City. I'm Hakeem Sophia. Rest easy, Los Angeles.
Did you say cow pigeon?
Why would I reference
Anyway.
a small state school?
I don't know. I was going to ask you about that.
Very small.
So yes, as you saw, we left off at a pretty intense moment last game. Not that that matters now.
I'm ready.
Yep.
So when we last left off, you guys were in a bit of a pickle. Trying to get back to Blue Dolphin Base, encountered something of a complication, and as has been trending for you guys lately, a victory and a defeat at the same time. Having discovered Dr. Anika Patel, who has escaped Blue Dolphin Base with Sal, also only to discover that Blue Dolphin Base apparently is a death trap. And those of you who went out there to enter said death trap realized it just before it sprung and are now fleeing with pursuers racing underneath the boat. And a vision from Oya telling you that it's about to happen, what's about to happen, while Hops and Dr. Patel and poor Sal are looking on rather helplessly from their spot at the warehouse
not for
that
long.
you were going back to. And now we're going to pick up where we left off.
Exit pursued by water bear.
So, right now,
Yes.
this boat, which is a very large, this is a pretty large boat.
Anxiety.
It can, like as I said before, there's about 15 people can fit on this boat, so it's pretty large. Very large motor in the back, but your dad is at the wheel of this boat, guiding it along. 15 people is large enough that this boat is about half the size of your houseboat, essentially. So even though it's got a big, mighty motor, it's still kind of sluggishly pushing through the water. It's not designed for speed. This is designed to
for
explore.
fishing.
Yeah, designed for fishing. So y'all are slapping through the waves right now. A little bit of the spray and sea foam splashing up over the rim. It's 1 in the morning and you guys can smell that sea salt. But there's also a sense of anxiety in the air because Oya has just left her vision and started telling you all what was about to happen. Meanwhile, back at the warehouse, this old abandoned warehouse that you and Anton used to practice your lightning powers in, you were sitting there underneath the wing of Amelia, the dropship. Next to you is Dr. Anika Patel, who's shouting, "Get out!" And behind her and behind you is Sal, who's kind of swaying back and forth nervously as they're watching all of this unfold.
Do you know how to fly the ship?
Dr. Patel goes, "Kinda."
Can you get us to where they are?
And then what?
I don't know. Drop me down or something?
I'm just gonna tell you this straight up right now, Hops. If I fly that ship, dropping us down is probably a real possibility. I barely got us here. It's a miracle that I got it into this damn warehouse.
I flew it once, but Lacey, can you still hear me?
You're hearing the shouting as well as the data feed coming through the comm unit.
Lacey, deep breaths. If we turn Amelia on, can you fly her?
No, I can't do it from over there. I'm working on a different vehicle right now. Must go faster, must go faster, must go faster.
I'm using coaxing power on the boat.
Okay.
Speedboat.
Very rudimentary, this boat. This is using some of the old tech that most boats usually use, a gasoline engine and a motor and the whole bit. Not a lot of hardware, software involved here.
But I know
However,
every piece of this boat.
your ability allows you to tap into machinery. Doesn't have to be a computer.
It doesn't have to be electrical machines.
That's correct. So, your mind connects with the basic inner workings of this manufactured clockwork-like device of the modern age. The combustion popping inside, causing the power to flow through the engine. Suddenly, the boat lurches as you guys go, and it jumps a few speed categories as your father goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa," and y'all start hitting the waves now as you're racing back. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Great.
What's the difficulty?
The difficulty is 5.
I have an idea, but I don't think it matters.
No.
Difficulty is 5.
But I did roll.
Speed
Yep.
defense.
3,
Down to 2.
And I think that's
No, it's initiative.
Erica, we healed up from
Oh,
last
wait,
time.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I meant
You guys will have
initiative, speed initiative.
Yeah.
Yes.
Initiative.
So 5 to 4 for me.
5 down to 4? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think that's
Dex.
So let everybody calculate, and then I'll start at you,
Yes.
Eliza, and then we'll just go down the table. I already know that Sam failed. Because Sam's a good little fail bird when it comes to initiative rolls.
But I rolled.
It's true. You did try it.
5 to 4 to.
Wow. It takes a lot of work for them to fail initiative.
All right.
okay.
Like,
13.
I'm not even mad.
Good?
Yes, I got 14.
Okay.
I'm also good.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, you're not there, so you don't
But
have
I
to roll.
want to sit there.
I needed a 6.
I have an
to clarify
idea.
why I was happy about a 13.
Okay. So Oya and Cass are gonna go, but we've got. Let me just get this straight. So Luma and Lacey, not so much.
Failed.
Okay. Wow,
That's a
Luma
David
failed. That's
one.
bizarre.
I know.
What is going on? Okay. The next few seconds are pure chaos as the foam that is exploding around the boat pops as soldiers come leaping out of the boats. It looks like, first of all, you should know, they come leaping out of the water. You should see as they exit the surf, they look like they're on these slick tactical suits with guns. You also notice that they are using like a motorized propelling that is attached to their legs. Like it is like this technical device that they kind of slip on. It looks like it might be part of their suits, almost like power suits, specifically designed to propel them underwater. And just like dolphins, all they have to do is sort of angle themselves up in the surf, and they launch right out and take to the air and start landing one by one onto the boat. Initiative kicks in at this point as these small, looks like submachine guns with plasma. You can already tell from the clip that's exposed, because it's sort of like a transparent, like little window in the clip, that these are fully glowing plasma rounds. Highly dangerous, as you are all very aware. They don't bother shouting warnings or demanding people drop to the ground. They look like they're going to open fire. Oya, you and Cass are going to get initiative.
Okay.
Your dad?
You just a quick thing.
Yeah.
Can I? No, just because I don't get to go right now. But I had done this last round. Can we just establish before initiative started? I have a shield in front of my father.
Yes, we'll go ahead and do that.
You,
Yes.
because immediate danger would have been. I
So-
did that, but I just realized I didn't declare it.
So, what does the shield do for you? It increases the difficulty to hit you?
Yeah,
correct?
it just makes it hard. It's just speed defense. It helps my speed
defense
defense.
asset.
It's a speed defense asset. So
Yeah.
I'm going to give that speed defense asset to your father then.
Thank you.
You should know, though, your father's level is abysmally low.
I know.
But you are...
But he has heavy plot armor.
So,
Yeah, he was.
I'm
Wearing,
protecting
Which somehow
him,
doesn't affect
which
his
is why
speed
I'm
defense at all.
going initiative slow, because I'm protecting him. I'm a little embarrassed to do this in front of him.
yeah, but there's a sense of desperation because these look like elite soldiers, and when your shield activates, they are head to toe covered in these black tactical suits that look like they were designed for aquatic combat. So who would like to go first, Oya or Cass?
I'd like to ask a question first. How many
Yeah.
people? So it's Cass, Lacey, Luma, and Dad, and me. 5 people.
Moonlight?
And Moonlight.
And Moonlight?
Moonlight is there as well, yes.
Yep.
And there are
Cobalt
5
there,
of
or
them.
did we
What's
leave
that?
him?
I'm sorry?
Cobalt
Where's
with
Cobalt?
Did
Cobalt's
Cobalt
not
go
with
with
you guys.
Mendoza?
Cobalt went with Mendoza, yes.
Okay. All right, so there's 6 people in the boat. I definitely want our squishies to be safe. So Dad and, well, I would say Dad and you too. No offense.
No, oh, none.
No,
Take it.
Lacey's mind was...
I'm the known squishiest.
Yeah.
I'm squishy. That's why I'm fast and squishy.
There you go. I would like to do energy protection.
Okay.
So I can choose a discrete type of energy that I have experience with. I'm going to say plasma. We've been around plasma rifles a lot lately, especially. I can gain plus 10 to armor against damage for that type of energy for 10 minutes. Instead
Wow.
of applying effort to decrease difficulty, I can use it to protect more targets. So I'd like to do that for our squishies.
wow.
Smart.
That is a great.
So you're
power.
dividing it up between you,
Yes,
Luma's
me,
dad,
but then any effort goes to
and Lacey.
Yeah.
So
And this is
that
an
gives
intellect.
how much armor?
10.
I will
plus
give
10.
I will give up
But-
if it's
but
only
you-
3 people. I will give up mine to go to my dad.
Let me make sure I understand this correctly though. You're having to divide it up between 3 people, so you have to divide by 10.
Doesn't
No,
say
effort,
that. No.
with each level of effort, you cover someone
Use
else.
it to protect
in-
more.
Okay.
teammates, Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
So you,
That's amazing.
Dad, Lacey,
So
right?
immediately,
So I don't have to spend effort for myself,
Okay.
Oh,
but besides like the actual cost.
so 2 levels of effort for
for
Lacey.
Lacey
Yeah.
and
2 levels of
Dad
effort. Okay.
and Papa Bear.
Great.
So what happens then?
So I spend 3 intellect. Oh, you mean what happens?
Yeah,
Nice.
tell me what this looks like.
Well,
what is
do
what
I
you
have
do?
to roll for it, or just
Unless it says you do, but I believe
no,
you just
okay.
spend it.
okay? So 3 and then 2 and 2. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's 5, 7. All right. I notice you put your shield up, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna need you on the front line. So I kind of gently just like push you towards the middle of the boat.
I barely walk
Yes, of course.
inches
Understandable.
away, but
Yeah,
I.
because this is all happening in the time frame of like maybe 1 or 2 seconds
Yes.
before people start pulling triggers.
Okay.
Yeah.
and so I just gently like push you gently by like I push you.
I want a step forward,
And
and
I
that's all my feet will allow me.
It's like a phalanx where I slip in because you've slipped front. So you can feel me slipping in behind you.
So I stand actually. Then I'm gonna get in front of all 3 of you and just do this, and you see like a beautiful bubbling, rippling like the Matrix style wall.
Oh, it's gonna-
It's translucent and kind of like green shimmery
Okay.
in front of us,
It appears around
and
all
you
of
can like walk through it and touch through it, but no like energy.
None of the energy that
Plasma
you've selected.
specific, Yeah, whatever the color of the
Yup.
plasma is. Was it? I forget what color you said.
It looks like it's the color of molten fire.
Then it's that color.
So, all right. So this all happens in the time span of
So you're
3
behind
seconds.
it now.
Great.
Almost
You-
at the
unless you-
same moment, what happens with Cass? What is Cass doing?
How close are the attacky guys?
They're all within short range. If they're not within short range, then they're in immediate range.
All right.
Because, like I said, 15-person boat, so it is pretty big. But these have all popped up in the back of the boat, which is where you all were all located. Because that's where Luma's dad is driving.
All right. I'm going through them.
Okay, so you're attacking?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can attack one of these guys.
Whoever was the first one to sort of hop onto the boat, in the same movement, I want to be heading at 2 colliding bowling balls.
All right, so make an attack roll.
Or like 1 bowling ball and 1 very flimsy thing.
All right.
What level bad is this?
They're level 5.
They're level 5. I don't have as
Child's play.
much
Oh, hush.
help in that area as you do.
Oh, what?
But
Oh.
I can take it down to a 3 if I did my math right.
Ooh! Ooh!
You're not here, unfortunately.
Am I still on the phone? Cass! Look to your left! Enable others!
Does it work?
No. Not gonna
Damn
let that work.
I think you get it on 2.
Great idea.
I think I've got it down to. We'll check my math later. That's 3, and then 3 might effort takes it down to a 2.
I'm going to, by the way, just so you know, so you're engaging physical combat with these guys. It is very dark out here, so I'm going to add 1 level to the. Or actually, no. What I'll do is I'm going to. Yeah, I'll add 1 level to the difficulty. So I'm going to raise it from 5 to 6, just to modify that. And that's going to be the difficulty to probably hit all of these guys right now. They're in black suits.
With like physical attacks.
What's that? Yeah, and physical attacks. It's going to be. It's very hard to get up there and smack them.
So it's a difficulty 6.
Why am I not there?
Because you split the party.
So you dropped it.
Why did I have an emotional breakdown?
Sorry, I left you out to dry, Cass.
No. This is the plan. I just need fancier moves. Okay, it's down to 4. I'm spending 2 levels of effort then to take it down to a 2, which will cost me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minus 4 is 1 point of might.
Okay.
I need a 6 or better. As I vault, watching through, I think probably the shimmering wall of defense, I emerge out of it through the night, probably thrown off a little bit by the glare of the wall I just went through, but to take on the first of whoever the hell these guys are.
Would you like to do extra damage.
Yo, dad. I really want to impress your dad. I'm just saying.
This is amazing.
So I think rather than the extra damage, if I can major effect,
Yeah. Would you
I
like
want
to knock
slingshot
down,
the
disarm?
first one into whoever else, like pick him up and sideways him across whatever other vertical figures were about to land on this ship.
Yes. Okay. So how much damage does he take from the punch?
He takes,
Every damage.
without the extra damage from the 20, it is 14 points. I hope that's right. I'll figure it out later.
It's right because I think
Damn. 14
I think with my
points.
mightiest thing, we're like right neck and neck.
Okay. All right.
Punches hurt more than my punches.
He is going to
do.
go sailing
You have lightning.
into the guy that landed behind him, and both of them are going to drop into a knockdown.
That was amazing.
So two of them go crumpling to the ground. The popping noise of Cass's knuckles impacting across this guy's face is alarming. It sounds like what it would imagine what it would sound like if a wet piece of meat got slapped by a fishing oar. Smack! You hit
guy's
this
going
guy. It just the popping noise. This guy goes hurtling towards this other guy who jumps up into the back of the boat, raises a gun, and immediately eats it. It goes smashing into his face as this guy collides with him, and both of them hit the ground. They are both on the floor. One of them groaning through what is very likely a crushed jaw. So that's you choose. Now it's their turn. Okay, so guy number 1 is going to open fire on. Actually, they're going to open fire on. Let's see.
And then they go home.
Okay, so what ends up happening is these guys, the ones that are still standing, one of them immediately directs their fire at Cass, seeing this happen. So I need you to make a defense roll, Cass. The difficulty is I'm actually going to lower the difficulty because it's. Oh wait, no, they actually have night vision, so the difficulty is still 5.
We also do.
Who needs dark sight goggles?
That's what I was gonna say. I was like,
You want
yeah.
them?
Okay, difficulty 5.
okay.
I can use speed defense on this, right?
Yep, this is what you would be using it for.
That takes it down to 3.
Nice.
Thank you, impulsivity. So frequently. Takes it down to a 3, and then I'll take it down one more for 2 points. That's a 6 or better for this dodge. It's a 2.
Okay. You're gonna take 5 points of damage. As
There it is.
you duck low, just as the night lights up with plasma fire and the heat that comes off of this gun, everyone can feel it as it does a short 3-round burst. Bop, 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 bop. It goes right past you, Cass, burning the top side collar of your jacket as you duck low. Take 5 points of damage from almost being shot to hell.
It's might, right?
Huh?
It's might, right?
It's might, yeah. Next person up, they're actually going to be shooting at Lacey as the next person. And as this gun raises up, you see one of them, it almost looks like they specifically direct their fire at Lacey upon sight of them.
They do.
2 of them raise their weapons and unload 2 rounds of burst fire. Both rounds collide against the energy shield and evaporate right in front of your very eyes. As plasma fire, which, by the way, terrifyingly accurate, pops right in front of your eyes, Lacey. Those bullets were headed straight for your face. And they explode against the shields right in front of you. Sparks cascading all across this energy field that Oya just throws up. The last one is going to open fire on Oya. So Oya, I need you to make, no, you don't have to make anything. Again, you see another round of machine gun fire from these plasma rounds explode harmlessly off the edges of your shield. There's no way they can harm you with these rifles. The amount of damage your shield soaks is impossible to harm you with these rifles.
Oya is the best.
They do 5 points of damage with their assault rifles. You're absorbing 10. They would have to focus fire and fire all at once, which they don't do. The other 2 are spinning their round crawling back up to a standing position. And they're not going to get any other actions this round. Now it's everybody else's turn.
I run through the force field at Cass. Everyone is safe behind me. I need to go protect Cass. This is fucking enough. And you see it again. Every step I take towards you, glow, 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 bursts off me. What do I have to roll?
So first of all, you've just removed the difficulty to physically attacking all of these guys because now they're completely visible like it's broad daylight.
Hopefully, if you hurt their.
Also, before I move to this next part,
Yeah.
Go ahead and gain back a point for stunt on your might.
Yeah.
And Oya, same, gain back a point of intellect for stunting as well. So this is going to be, you're using your power?
Yeah.
So the nifty thing about your powers is you don't really got to roll for them. You just say, I'm burning this and doing it.
Great. Then
So-
I will continue.
So what does it do?
So burning it. I don't even have to burn it. I get it. Yeah.
You just pop it off.
Yep. So then I grab your hand, pull you up, pull you close, wrap the shield around the two of us, and then it explodes off of me. What you all see is light shattering through them, cascading onto the water, and then flowing across. What they see is a tidal wave hit them, throw them into the water. Water flowing rapidly in 100-foot cube around, and then solidifying to ice.
So gain 2 points for that stunt. What happens to them? They all is it an
get
area of
wrecked.
effect that you basically pop them all?
They now believe that they have been hit by a tidal wave and are under the water with, technically, they would throw themselves into the water.
It's area of effect on all of them?
It's area of effect of they all have intelligence damage of they are now underwater, trapped under ice.
Okay.
I love you.
Come at my family again.
You can't.
So what just so we know, what
Yep.
your ability is that?
So this is a homebrewed version of Major Illusion.
Right.
So I can create a complex scene of images within my immediate range. The entire scene fits within a 100-foot cube. And the images can move, they can feel them, they can smell them, they can do all the things. It stays there for 10 minutes and they take intellect damage.
Okay, how much intellect damage are they taking? We
We
didn't decide that.
we didn't
So the
decide that.
interesting thing about this is
I think it was just like at every round it kind of keeps stacking.
Depending on. Okay, so
I think.
in
I
this
don't remember.
particular instance, I'm going to rule that they believe that they're underwater
Yeah.
after a massive wave just came up and smashed into the boat and knocking them all over.
Yeah.
However, they're also aware that they are fully equipped to survive underwater in
Yeah.
their current equipment. So
just
I'm
can't
going to
come back up.
I'm going to rule that they don't take intellect damage.
Okay.
I'm going to rule that they all react immediately under the impression that all of a sudden the sea was commanded to smash them across, over the edge of the boat. So essentially,
And if anyone's under the boat, it's ice.
okay,
Ice Ice Baby.
yeah. So they all get knocked down, essentially. They all hit you hear groans and shouting as they all hit the deck. The rest of you see this lighting effect and the illusion effect, but the rest of you are aware that the illusion effect is an illusion, that it's the bending and warping
To
of
you,
light.
it's light.
Yeah.
It's the
However,
yellow
these guys are
light.
experiencing this, and it's quite terrifying for them.
What does it look like to your dad?
To my dad, it will look like I just supernovaed in light.
He's
and
doing
then
this,
light-
like, what
And
the-
then the light has bled off of me, and I'm no longer lit.
Wow.
But the sea is around us.
Right.
That's so cool. I'm like, what the?
I take enchantment damage.
Yeah. Luna basically warps reality. All right, so that's who else wants to go? Who else is to go? That's you, Lacey. What are you up to?
Are any of them still in the water, or are all of them all on deck?
You're not sure.
When I sense tech,
You are aware that
because also they all lit.
yes,
I mean, basically, like you said that they had purpose motors.
that's correct. So if you want to sense if there's anybody under the boat, that'll be your action.
Jesus, mine. I mean, basically, I'm just trying to find a tech that I can interact with. On,
All of them have tech
Yeah.
on them that you can interact with.
But if
Sure.
there's none in the water, then I can't do that. 5. I guess. Yeah, I'll spark them out.
Okay. So
So make my attack. And let's see, that's their difficulty 5 to hit because they're lit.
Yes, for physical attacks. So, being able to see them, you're also, so the thing is they're well lit. You know what, I might actually, here's the thing. The explosion of light I'm going to rule this round has not only manipulated them into thinking that they're underwater, but the explosion of light has also blown out their night vision. So I'm going to drop the difficulty to 4. Because not only are they under the impression that they're underwater, they can't really see what's going on right now. So now, your tech, how many people can you affect at once?
1, I focus.
Okay.
I'm not good at not focusing.
You're not AoE. So you're going to pick one of these guys and make them wish
And
that
make
they
them
never
have the
put on
saddest
tech.
day.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you doing? You're just basically causing the tech to pop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tech onslaught, and
That's-
it's down to difficulty 2.
Okay. All right, cool.
I'm using effort on the damage, not the attack. Yes, and it's an 8. So it goes
Okay.
through.
So how much damage total with that effort?
So with my free level of effort, it's my normal onslaught damage plus 3 damage, big damage friend.
Right.
So then it's 16.
6. Ouch.
I'm so proud of you.
I don't hit a lot, but when I do,
Wow, holy hell. So what ends up happening is this guy's on the ground writhing and trying to make motions like he's trying to swim to the top of this water column. Instead, his legs light on fire as the motors that propelled him out of the water explode. They explode, sending shrapnel in multiple directions. Not dangerous, but enough that it's obvious that his legs basically popped and are on fire now. And the fire immediately races up to his hips. In his mind, he's under frigid Arctic waters.
Song of Ice.
And he's on fire. So imagine what that must be doing to a man's psyche. So that's going to be your action. And I think that's it for this round, except for Moonlight, who's going to go last. Moonlight steps forward. And as she sees all of this happening, as this guy lights up on fire, you see she extends her hands to all of you with this sort of urgency in her face. And as she extends her hands, you see this iridescent pearl-like golden glow. It kind of swirls in that light. It looks like sort of that pale light of the moon, but at the same time, it's charged with Callisto energy. And as she extends her hands outwards, all 6 of you immediately gain 3 back to any pool you want.
Oh, snap.
Not
What happens to overspell?
You don't get overspell.
I know.
Not you.
Yeah. So just the 4 of them.
All right.
Yeah, but so whoever's available on the boat that has.
I would have been like, oh, cool. This is what the hell?
And after she does that, you can sense a little bit of fatigue set in. She just goes, and she steps back. All of you are glowing. The C6 energy source inside of you charges. Difficulty on everyone's action using their powers next turn is reduced by 1.
We have a cleric.
She's literally manipulating the Callisto 6 energy source
Like
that you were all
redistribution.
powering. Yes.
She's ops.
She's basically doing what Hops and Luma were doing, but she's doing it on a scale that's party wide immediately.
Wow.
And between all of you, there's this arc of you see that plasma electricity sort of play between everybody. And it's not necessarily like a reveal of oh my God, our energy is jumping back and forth. It's almost, in fact, like a reveal that's always there when you're around each other. And she's charging it.
Oh, we see it now.
Yeah.
You're like,
That's what this looks
the
like.
bonds. So that's going to be the end of the round. It's going to be the top of the next round. Your dad at this point, by the way, who is definitely going last, Luma,
Yeah.
your dad throws himself to the floor.
Good.
Great. Good
He's
boy.
going to gain a +1
Thank you,
difficulty.
Daddy-o.
He's going to be 1 level harder to hit because he goes prone.
Good.
And there's machine gun fire. So,
Good
all right.
choices. Good life choices.
Good, Big Bear.
Yep.
He's shouting, "Luma, get down!" as he hits the ground. He's not really paying attention to what's happening.
Did he not just see?
No, he did.
So, top of the round. So we're going to
And
start
Dad.
with Oya and Cass. What are y'all doing?
Shocking. Oh.
How do you feel?
Luma has thrown herself in front of you, thrown up that shield, and committed this illusionary effect. Before you continue, real quick, Sam, what do you use for your onslaught ability? You're rolling what?
That's an intellect. It's a special ability attack.
Okay, so what we should do moving forward, Gina, just so we know how to we know how to deliver your illusion.
Yes.
We should totally treat it like an onslaught roll.
I would love that.
Yeah. So we'll revise that if you
Basically
move
just
on.
make an
Yeah,
intellect
but there's no way, like,
How do I do it? For the
figure it out.
purposes of distinguishing, and I'll just say it
Yeah.
out loud real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
do
For
it
the
that
purposes
way.
of y'all, the distinction between an intellect or speed or a might attack is primarily for what pool points you might spend, or if
Exactly,
you have
because-
any features specific to type. There's nothing special about making an intellect attack,
Right.
other than what pools you might spend it out of.
The only time that would come into play is if you were using it on another player. And in terms of NPCs, we just have straight hit points. So
Yeah.
any damage you go, like like
That's
Sam
the
was
worst
saying.
kind of hit points.
Yeah. So so that's gonna be it's the top of the round. So who would like to go? It's between Cass and Oya.
I'm afraid to ask this. How long are the rounds? Time-wise?
It's really arbitrary, but usually they last between 3 to 6 seconds.
Oh, great. Okay, we're good.
How long is your thing up?
10 minutes.
Yeah, okay, we're good.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay.
This is gonna be long over before that barrier drops.
Then I can do other stuff. You're protected now by your lady.
I'm good.
I'd like to do. So they're all under under the water. Is that right?
They think they
I
are.
think they're under the water. They're on the boat.
They're
on the
all
boat?
behaving. Yeah, they're all still on the boat, but they in their mind they believe that they have been pulled down into the ocean.
Okay.
It's very likely that's going to. I think what we should do moving forward, just to balance that ability out, is every round will roll to keep control of them over that. But Gina.
Yeah.
So every round, what we'll do moving forward.
We came. Keep going. We had an idea.
So every round moving forward,
Yes.
to balance this ability, what we'll do is you have to roll again to make sure that they all still suffer the effects with the difficulty that's assigned to them. However, you don't have to use your action to maintain it.
I know.
We already decided that this thing persists.
Okay.
And that you don't have to.
Well, for the stun lock aspect of it.
It's the stun lock. So right
the
now,
ongoing
so
damage.
what it'll do is they believe they're underwater. But if you roll and you don't beat their target number, they're going to realize this was an illusion and it'll wear off.
Like if
So
they
it's
make
just a
every turn.
concentrate.
throw.
Yeah,
Think of it as
just a quick
saving
save throw every
Yeah.
time.
Every round they're going to get a
Okay.
saving throw.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So, but right now
now
we've
it's
got Oya and Cass up.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing?
So, whichever one looks like they are closer to hurting my friends, I want to just onslaught with time energy.
Okay. I mean,
wizard.
yes, you could do that. You could essentially cause a time distortion to futz with their biology.
I think, yeah, I want to make it a physical one too, so they take damage. So just like straight up physical
Rather
onslaught.
than a stun lock, yeah.
Right, rather than the stun
Okay.
that I have.
Go ahead and make your roll then. Difficulty is 5. You're going to pick one of them. There's 2 that are targeting Amy.
Okay.
So 2 of these guys who have been knocked down are trying to find a way to. They were the 2. One of them was shot at Cass, and then both of them got knocked to the ground. One of them opened fire
right.
on Lacey. And then the other 2 were those are the ones that helplessly shot at you guys and just couldn't get through the barrier.
How many assets is it that they have been knocked down and think that they're underwater? How does that?
Basically what that's going to do is it's going to lower the difficulty to hit them by 1.
Oh, that's right.
So the difficulty of them is normally 5.
So we're at 4.
So, but they're actually, hold on a sec.
Okay.
Because the thing is,
They're the worst.
these dudes are, one sec. They are,
On the ground and lit up.
that's correct. They are on the ground.
They're sitting little duckies.
Yeah.
Quack, quack.
Yeah, they are grounded.
So just give me one sec while I look
They-
this up in my notes here.
I'm a big damage boy now too.
Oh, okay, cool.
Shift is great, isn't it?
Yeah, not as big as you all, but
Yeah.
That's okay. We need you for
Okay,
the
so
tiny
the
one.
difficulty is actually going to drop by 2 on those guys because they're on the ground and they are under an illusion. Plus the extra minus difficulty because you can see them clearly now.
I don't think I need to roll.
So go ahead. Okay, go ahead and point at one of them and do your attack.
If I roll good, I would get.
You run the risk of rolling
I
a
don't wanna
crit
be
and you
greedy,
run the
yeah.
risk of rolling a 1.
But there's
to
like
you.
4 good outcomes and 1 bad one.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna roll.
Cypher likes to side with players when it comes to dramatic awesomeness.
Yes. Okay,
So-
good. So it's onslaught. Wait, you said it's from. It's a 4. Wait, sorry. Where are we starting at?
5, 4, 3.
3. Starting at
Difficulty is
3?
2.
Difficulty is 2, and I
Yeah.
have 2 steps on my onslaught. So I really
So the difficulty is 0. So you don't have to roll if you don't want
just
to.
have to not roll a 1, basically.
Yeah.
7.
Okay.
Great.
So you're gonna pop one of these guys.
Yeah.
Which one would you like to target? There's 2 targeting Amy. The one that shot at Sam, and then the one that shot at Luma and or no, I'm sorry, the one that shot at you, and the one that shot at Amy.
The one that shot at Lacey.
The one that shot at Lacey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How much damage does that do?
13.
Okay. Describe to me. You have the narrative. This dude is going down. Tell me what happens to him.
Well, I noticed him before trying to get our beautiful mind wizard god.
Mind tap.
And no, not okay. So, and I see that even though he's trapped, he's still trying to see if he can get a sight line to them. And so I just, through the bubbling mega fire wall that we're all surrounded by, I just like force my time charged onslaught energy at him, and he's just seized by it.
Okay. I'll
And-
give that a 2 point stun for sure.
Yeah.
So it does a total of 13. There is a gurgling scream, and his body topples over the side of the boat as y'all race on. And he vanishes into the night ocean.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Yes. He will not be swimming alongside boats ever again. Unless you specify you don't kill him.
The default is we don't.
Okay. Just checking. 'Cause
He's
things-
just gone
Cypher,
from this.
you have to actively specify.
Yep, you have to actively
Murder.
specify. And it's good that we
definitely
clarify that again, because now we're in season 3 and it's been a while since we've talked about it. So yes, you have to tell me
Now
straight
we're
up,
really
I'm gonna kill him. Unless you're Kotschi, in which you default on I shoot him in the head. That's Kotschi.
Oh, costume.
Absolutely
I go
not.
dark and shoot him.
You
Just so
aim
you know,
for center of mass is how you're trained.
Just so you
Just
know,
trying
This
to
is
make
not a
fun.
video game.
that's why I was gonna call for a ride. But as I'm watching this go, I'm like, oh, they're okay.
Oh, that's his arm.
And then Sal and Dr. Patel and I are all eating popcorn, going, "Oh my god!"
Sal's behind you, and Sal literally does this.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with Sal.
I wish I could put it up on a big screen, but I can't.
Patel is just going, holy shit. And then, what the fuck did Luma do to them?
disco ball.
So that's Oya. Cass.
How many left on the boat?
There are currently 4 left. None of them are in good shape right now. 2 of them are at full, but are still pulling themselves up off the ground. So the difficulty on all of these guys right now is 2.
All right. So the difficulty on all of them is 2. I want to kick one off of the boat.
Field goal? Go for it. All right, so
I slightly move my hips out of the way for you.
I dated a Magball player once. Watch.
all right. Difficulty is 2. Now there's the 2 that are getting up off the ground, or that are trying to, that you had thrown one into the other. Those 2 have been injured, and there's 2 that have not been touched.
I'm gonna pick an untouched one.
Okay.
Do I have to let you go?
I'll be right back.
I mean, with
spin
Cass's
you
strength, you could probably
out.
just.
Oh.
Yeah, I hook around your elbow and spin
Yep.
out, and use that momentum to twist around and just solid kick to the midsection of this prone, terrible soldier dolphin guy.
Okay.
Call my shot that way.
That's pretty rad. I'll give you 2 points for that one. What you also find remarkable, Luma, is when she swings around you, she weighs nothing. As her flight kicks in, she immediately just. And as you use that momentum, make your attack roll.
It was difficulty 2.
Yes.
Assuming I've done my math correctly, that means it's a difficulty 0.
So you don't have to roll if you don't want to.
Natural 20.
But I know Amy Dallin.
It's 19!
Hey.
So you can get a
That's
minor
3
effect,
more
or you
points
can
of
hit harder.
damage.
What would you like to do? Minor effects are ignoring armor, which they do have. Strike a specific body part. You can knock them back, move past them, or distract them. Or you can do more damage. Plus 3 damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the damage.
Okay.
It's 17 damage.
Oh my god. Okay.
So it tickles them lightly. Oh wait, no, that's a fracton. They're toasted.
They did.
What's remarkable is he does a full spin in the air, like a full barrel roll before flopping onto the ground, like a John Woo film. Just
Did I get him off the boat?
that's a knockback attack. So if you wanted to get him off the boat, you could forego the damage and do a knockback.
Yeah, that instead.
But that's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. So we'll do that instead. So the minus
14 points.
So 14 points, and he will go off the boat.
You hear Sal and I go, go!
Yes, and vanishes into the froth
Watching
that
this
is
be
crashing
good.
around the boat next to you.
By the way.
So on your turn, as your turn ends, I'm going to. This isn't really relevant to. Actually, I can do it in the next one. So on my turn, I need. No, we'll do that when it's your turn again, Gina.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go ahead and rule since we've implemented the rule.
Yeah.
The new rule. I'm gonna have you. Let's do it like this. It's their turn, so go ahead and make.
See if they break out of it.
Yeah, to see if they break out of it. But really, this is just the same as saying they're gonna lose their round this turn. Because
okay.
even if they broke out of it, they're gonna spend this round getting up.
Okay.
So.
So what would their intellect
their attack
difficulty
roll,
save be?
It's gonna be 5.
5?
Was there a thing that lowered the thing of everything for one step?
Not in.
Yes, yes. Moonlight
Actually reduced
blessed
by
you.
1.
Right, Moonlight Blessing. There.
Moonlight.
Yeah.
That's right. Moonlight reduced
Moonlight
by 1,
bless-
so it's 4.
So 4.
They probably
They're night vision goggles? Oh, I guess that doesn't matter.
Well, this is an illusion attack,
yeah, this
so
is an illusion,
this is
yeah.
going to be to their straight, But yes, with Moonlight's bonus,
Technically would this power also reduce it? Like, I'm just trying to think. Since we've never done this before and this is new, I'm trying to figure out what I add
Is
into
it
this.
as if they're not prone kind of thing?
Yeah, like
No,
they're
that would-
already dazzled in a way. So would this be it's keeping up appearance. The thing lasts, so it's more like, how long does it stay real to them? So
if they fail, if they succeed in breaking free,
yeah.
this round.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just mean, do I get to add the power itself as an asset right now?
No.
Okay.
But if you guys, for example, were underwater, I would use that as an asset. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you ruled that they were under frigid water and then you created an illusion to create like a whirlpool around them, then they would be at a disadvantage to disbelieve that. Whereas right now they're in the open air that's blasting against their face, so I'm going to give them the ability to resist as normal without an advantage or disadvantage. But their difficulty for this is going to drop to 4 because the C6 power that's coursing through you is jazzed up.
Okay.
And you, of course, can spend effort on this
Yep.
if you wanted to. So,
So I'm at 4 right now. I'll definitely spend 1 level of effort for free.
so that'll drop it
Drop
down
to
to
3.
3. So it's difficulty 3. You need a 9 or better.
Let's see. And why not? I'll spend. I'm full up.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hell, why not?
2 per?
Yeah, 2 per tier. So after the first 3.
The first level costs 3. The next
Yeah,
one costs
first level
2.
costs 3, and then every level after that costs you just 2 more. If you're going to
2
spend
more.
more than 1 level of effort, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll cost you 2 more.
Okay, 18. I'll go down to 16. So then it's a level.
Down to 16.
What's that?
Down to 16.
Yeah.
Hey, when I get
Your
down
pools
to
are insane.
16 intellect, I get scared. I have no
That's fair.
other pool.
All right, so
Okay, so it's down to a 1.
down to a 1.
Yeah.
You need a 3 or better to
Woo.
keep these guys believing that they're.
XP.
What'd you roll?
I kissed you. What's wrong with you?
What did you roll?
What do you think I rolled?
You rolled a 1.
Yeah, I'm spending an XP.
Okay, yeah, you can burn XP.
'Cause-
You're 1 of 2 XP that you can spend for rerolls.
I didn't know if maybe.
I tested this just now and it rolled a
It's
20 and a 19.
It's true.
And then a nat
And then it was
1.
like, oh, guys, she needs us now. Ready? Ready?
It's just got performance anxiety.
The pressure's on. And yeah. I
Troll
got scared.
die.
Pop it. Let's see what you get.
Fuck.
10.
There you go.
Yeah, they're all pretty much locked into this belief that somehow the sea rose up and swallowed them.
I see a guy just kind of start doing this and I no, no. And
He's kind of like waving in front of him and noticing that his hand
re-illusion.
is moving without, and then he's back into it.
Okay.
So that's not your action. That was
No.
just a resistance.
That's a bonus action.
So it is now the turn of everybody else who would like to go.
Yeah.
You have officially locked them down.
How many are on deck?
There are 4.
Still 4? Mm-hmm. Okay.
No.
Oh wait, no, that's right. You used that as a knockoff action.
Yeah.
That is gone.
And yeah, I think 2 of them were knocked off.
Just one.
Did we start with
One of
6?
them was.
Because you got 1 and I got 1.
So 2 have been sent over the edge.
Yeah, and we're down to 3.
So you're down to 3 now.
Down to 3.
Yeah, there are 3.
five.
There are 3 of
Great.
these dudes
You
left.
zapped a one.
And 2 of them have been messed up.
Math is hard.
Whose
Okay,
turn is
got
it
it.
right now?
It's whoever wants
Yeah.
to go
Yeah,
next.
I mean,
It's
they're-
y'all's turn. They're
Because they're all missing
Yeah.
a turn.
I didn't know they'd
So the
finished.
2 of us.
they're finished.
We're up.
You took their whole turn.
You basically took their turn.
I forgot.
Yeah.
That was my job. You're welcome. I forgot. Okay. How many are left?
I will-
2,
Yeah.
There are 3.
3.
Cool.
One's on
I'll
fire.
Yeah, go for it.
See if I can bring that down to 2. I'm gonna do the same thing as last time, spending a level of effort on the damage. So I will be rolling at 1 thanks to Moonlight.
Yay!
4.
4. That's enough. Plus 3 damage.
Yeah, so 16.
So there's 3 left.
Actually, I have. I'll make it a mental attack, so it'll ignore damage. 14 ignoring damage.
Ignoring
Ignoring
damage.
armor?
You mean armor?
I have ignoring armor. Sorry.
Ignoring armor. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
I can do that.
yeah,
Either
that's
mental
fine.
attack or for.
That makes sense because their technology is part of their armor and it's popping on them.
Yeah, it
so,
turns out if you supercharge the armor that's right next to their skin, it'll probably get past their armor.
Well, it's not only that. Their armor is temperature regulating to keep them warm while they're in cold temperatures under the water, but they also have these infused night vision goggles on, which are about to explode. So, so there's 2 that have been injured and 1 that is pristine, just freaking out on the boat. So which one would you like to go?
Injured. Always focus down.
The lowest one?
Sure.
Okay, so how much damage do you do?
14. Ignoring armor.
That's what happens to him, Sam, because that is 1 point more than you needed.
Is that the one on fire?
No, that one was finished. Oh no, this is the one that's on fire. Yes, that's right. Because 13. So his legs light up on fire. Now what happens to him?
Poor guy. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, so I power surge his night vision goggles and cook his brain through his eyeballs.
But we're specifying that you're not killing him. I'm just cooking his brain. I didn't say he died.
Legit question though.
It's soft boiled.
You basically turn this guy into a recreation of the best Ghost Rider cosplay anyone could imagine. The only difference is he's not vaporized down to a skull. Instead, his armor protects his head from lighting into flames. However, everything else lights up just fine.
I mean, this is going to be a traumatic brain injury down the line.
This is not gonna
We're
be good for him.
Batmaning this,
Yeah.
I guess.
So it pops. I'm gonna give you 2 points for the stunt, and this guy lights up,
Grossness.
starts screaming and swatting at his head, and falls over the side of the boat.
That's a good idea. I extend my hands, and the you see the light retracting inward, and it just like right back to the boat. What he sees, because I can change the illusion at will.
So the last 2. That are, this is for the last 2. That are
Yeah,
there?
for the last
Okay.
2. So what they see is the ice erupting into flames and then lighting the entirety of the boat on fire.
So this would definitely do damage.
Yeah.
So make an attack roll on this one.
Okay.
This is a lot. I'm gonna rule.
Yeah.
In good old cipher negotiation style.
Yeah.
That lighting on fire is a lot more feasible than being sucked off of the boat. So
yeah, I imagine they'd jump off the boat.
Also, for purposes of credulity. And
So yes, for purposes of like using, because you were asking, can I get advantage and whatnot on
Sure.
this? So it's going to reduce down to 4 because of moonlight. Go ahead and make your attack roll,
Okay.
and this is a difficulty 4. So it's
Okay.
like the onslaught ability that we were just
Okay.
talking about.
So it's 4 with moonlight, now that it is something that would cause them to.
I'm gonna give you
react?
what I'm basically do is I'm gonna add +2 to your dice roll.
Okay.
So it's like a piece of equipment, like an add-on, but it's not an asset.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're learning
Yeah.
together.
Hey, Cypher's incredibly flexible.
Together.
It's all about just finding a balance between the player and the GM, agreeing upon, hey, would this be fair? Let's do it, and then doing it. And this all sounds good to me. So go ahead, make your roll.
So it's down to 3. Mm-hmm. I will spend a free level of effort.
Down to 2.
And I will spend another level of effort.
Down to 1.
Yeah, down to 1.
3 or better.
You literally just don't roll a nat 1.
Yeah.
Because you have a +2 on the roll.
That's correct.
Just don't roll a nat 1.
Okay.
Wait for it.
Don't.
Tits.
You'll be fine.
God, thank you for these dice. Thank you for these dice.
Yes.
All right. In their minds, this boat just exploded. Perhaps because one of the plasma cartridges in their gun ignited. It's hard to say.
And their friend just lit on fire.
They scream. Their next action, they won't be able to take an action yet because it's not their round of initiative. But in their mind, this boat is on fire. How much damage are they going to take? So why don't
I have no idea.
So why don't we do this? In their mind, it's a fire.
Yeah.
So it's going to behave like fire. So as a result, they are going to take damage per round until they can save off of this. So they're going to take. This round.
Well, since I just rolled a major effect,
Yeah.
can they just jump off the boat?
Yes.
Water!
If you
Water
wanna
will
do
fix
that-
fire!
Water will fix fire. Abandon the thing that's on fire.
Yes. So normally, like a knockback.
Target's eliminated. We're all dead.
Normally a knockback would be what you need, and that's a minor effect. Since you got a major effect,
Yeah.
I'll let you use 2 minor effects on both.
Right.
So they essentially scream and both hurl themselves off into the ocean.
Abandon.
And that brings combat to an end.
What did you do? That was magnificent.
Technically, right now, the boat's on fire. You just see, like, sort of
The boat's
glowing light.
Wow.
Holy shit, the boat's on just fire! Lit like this. Well,
I guess
you
I
don't
don't-
see it. You just
Oh.
see light.
Oh.
Like this. Like,
Wow.
sort of wavy light. Because to you, it's just the illusion. Technically, the boat's on fire. So they, jumped off. I got the idea from you. Oh, yeah, what is this?
Hands on fire, boats on fire.
I don't know, ever since the moon, I just sort of get these overwhelming explosions.
Wow.
Oh yeah, since when can you make a wall of light?
Yeah!
You saved my life.
Dad!
So before we cut away from this scene, the last thing
did you
we
push
see
that
on the
guy?
boat is when you say "Dad" is a pair of hands and your dad doing the sort of Marty McFly thing where he just kind of looks over the counter and just kind of stares at all of you in shock. Cut to the boat being lashed to the side of the houseboat, and your dad taking the guns and tossing them into the water, just tosses them overboard.
Can we make an assembly line? Like he picks up gun, I
Yeah.
crush gun, throw, pick up gun,
Yeah.
crush gun, throw.
I pick up porpoise boots.
Pull out,
Keep porpoise
pull out,
boots.
yeah.
Ooh.
They're bonding.
So, all of this done, your dad walks over, and you can see the mild state of shock in
Yeah.
his face. And he walks over and just goes, well, it's about 2:30. I think I'm gonna go to bed.
It's a great idea.
Don't forget to do what your mother said and be here tomorrow morning.
I will.
And I'll have eggs. And you're welcome to come to breakfast, Cass, if you would like to. I cook very good scrambled eggs.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
Mr. Luma.
Yep. Y'all have a a good night.
You too.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Hey,
Love
hey,
you,
hey,
Luma.
hey,
Love you.
hey.
Yes.
Can I have a kiss?
Yes. And he just comes over and kisses you on the cheek and says, "Baby, I'm really glad you're not dead. I'm very happy. You've made me very happy."
You make me happy too, Dad. Now go snuggle Mom.
What?
Go snuggle Mom.
Right. Good night. Be safe, everyone.
Gross.
And he sort of walks across the
I
plank
think you impressed him.
into the boat, closing the door. And
I've seen a lot of Luma.
after a few seconds pass, and you hear Lacey's voice in the background,
Yeah.
all of y'all say, you all suddenly hear through a mic in the devices that you're all communicating with, the voice of Dr. Patel go, okay, that was great, but get your asses over here, please.
Yeah, we're still here, you guys.
Oh my god.
Sorry, like we
Perhaps we're.
sorry. Just that
Please,
was
please,
amazing. I'm yeah. Amelia's here. You just come. Okay, bye.
Is that where you went? Oh, okay.
I'm so rocket lagged, but I so want to see Amelia.
Yeah.
I flew a spaceship this morning. I'm so tired.
Yeah, y'all are all.
I've been
like-
flying a spaceship forever.
So why don't we do this? We'll cut to
I'm
arrival
fine.
at, because this is not
Oh,
that far from Rhapsody.
Before
What's
we,
up?
before we cut,
Uh-huh.
just a one quick. Hey, Oya,
Yeah.
that's way too close to my house. Do you think that you could, just for the night, just a nice little, in case they swim really far, that thing,
Yeah. Yeah, I can
just over the house.
do something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I?
Yeah, we'll just say that.
Okay.
Why don't we do this? We'll do a player intrusion. So if you want to
Yeah.
spend an XP to make something true,
Deal.
I'll give armor.
Plot armor.
Plot armor.
Plot
I would like
armor.
to purchase one plot armor.
Yes.
Experience plot.
So okay, cool. So in all fairness, so Luma spins it, Oya does it, and
Right.
And I'll do it in a way that the neighbors won't be like, "Oh my God, their house is on fire."
it
No, do
looks-
it for the neighbors. The neighbors, speaking as the neighbors, do it for the neighbors.
Let me put it this way: when you illuminate the boat, it really just blends in with all of the lights of
Oh,
Rhapsody.
great. Oh, okay, yeah.
So the moment the boat kind
So
of,
does it just inhabit the
Yes.
circuit
It's
of
sort of-
light bulbs?
it's sort of an aura that begins to emit immediately.
Oh, God.
Our city's even prettier.
Oh, thank you.
Anytime.
Let's go to
Protect the
Amelia and
family,
then sleep
always.
for 100 years.
When y'all arrive at Amelia, walking into the familiar old rotting warehouse that
can't come back.
somehow is still falling, it's still standing. All of you, despite having the C6 coursing through all of you, you're feeling fatigue start to set in. It is now about 3 in the morning,
Garbage.
late 2 in the morning.
Big
And when you show up, y'all walk in and you see Hops. You see the beautiful form of Amelia with her ramp down. And you see standing on the ramp is Sal, who's doing this with an arm that's no longer curled up at his side. And
Been shocking him.
Physical.
coming down the ramp, wiping her hands with a towel, you see Dr. Anika Patel. And she stops and goes, "Holy shit, you guys."
Amelia Bedelia, her because the cat said so. Whoosh, right past Patel into my seat.
Yeah. Aurora just goes, "Whoop," and you just right up the ramp and into the seat. Dr.
big
Patel
guy.
goes, Dr. Patel goes, "Lots of catching up to do, lots of questions. Let's
Yeah,
just get
yeah,
some
yeah.
rest tonight because I can tell y'all need it. We'll do everything in the morning, okay?"
You okay?
Yes, I'm not only tired, but I'm so shocked and happy to see you're alive that I'm exhausted by it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
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 Yeah.
It's like your brain is finally letting you be.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's like yeah, like that.
Perhaps you found Amelia?
Coincidence, I guess. I was just, needing some air and went to a familiar place. I also, saw Anton's father, and
You did?
yeah, I just wanted it
That's where you went.
to be heard from one of us first instead of a note. I don't know, just
Are you
stupid,
okay?
really.
Is he okay?
I don't know. I left pretty quickly. I did say that if he's still out there, we'll find him. So maybe that'll give him a little peace of mind. But speaking of peace of mind, Dr. Patel, you wouldn't by any chance still have my cap, would you?
No, we had to get out of there pretty fast. And no offense, Sal, but Sal, she looks around, and a few moments later, you see moving up the ramp with moonlight hanging around his neck, draped off of his back like a cape, is Sal just walking up, going, "Time to go to bed." And moonlight, her eyes closed, her head resting against him, she just holds on to him as the two of them walk up the ramp and into a small area in the back where he just sits down, and she swings over to the front and curls up, and he doesn't close his eyes to sleep. Instead, he just leans back and makes sure that she's got somewhere to sleep. Just kind of holds her, and he just goes, bedtime.
I look under the benches and everywhere, just in case I have to break pennies. I want to look for the Callisto chicks.
Where are my chickens?
Chickens?
Yeah.
Where are my chickens?
Whether maybe there's like the hutch on
Strictly
Amelia.
speaking, if you want the chickens to have gotten on this dropship, if you want there to have been an escape, I'm going to ask for a player intrusion.
Eric.
If you give me a player intrusion, I'll give it to you.
How much does that cost?
1 XP.
Yeah.
Then it is so.
Thank you for the present.
Yes, the familiar
Awkwardly like,
clucking
oh,
sounds.
these things.
The occasional sound of clucking.
Yay.
The chickens, being smarter than everybody, are in a small crate that apparently, it looks like Sal probably grabbed that on the way out.
Of course he did.
And Dr. Patel goes, that's how I kept him calm. I gave him the chickens and said y'all would be upset if you lost him. And he just focused on the chickens and stopped looking at the water. It worked great. The chickens, being the smartest out of everybody in this group, are trying to sleep. They are all kind of just like nodding off, but every now and then you hear the occasional cluck noise that they make.
We'll
They
have to get them
snore
home
cluck.
They snore. They snuck.
because they snuck onto the ship.
No.
They sklore. Anyway. So Dr. Patel just goes,
One hero.
it's not going to be comfortable, but this is a safe place for the night.
No, it's not.
Why?
I mean, y'all know who we kept here
Yeah.
and knows about it.
I've been here for 2 days.
not-
No one's shown up.
Why don't we just find a different warehouse and not risk it? I'll fly. I'm definitely good to fly.
You sure?
They were not, in fact, good to fly.
Morgan Freeman's voice.
Mr.
But
Freeman?
Lacey was not good. to
Holy
fly.
shit!
Do I have?
What's the budget on this show?
But Kylan was here. Kylan knows where this is, and people are
Yeah.
hiding underwater for what can only be like how long at a time on the off chance we might be there. Like, can you imagine that? Just like, what is your day like if you're hiding out underwater waiting to attack someone?
Well, now they
So,
know
like,
we're alive too.
So,
Well,
so
Dr. Patel goes, well, they infiltrated the base.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
they're probably not necessarily hiding underwater so much as they were hanging out in our spot.
In our base with all our cafecito and pineapple juice.
We'll
Okay,
get
we
more.
gotta clear them out before they drink it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have a backup location?
Yeah.
Everybody in.
I fly out to the ocean and we submerge under the ocean. We're in Amelia Bedelia Earhart because Cal said so.
You also got a
different
whole,
part of ocean.
you know,
There's a big ocean.
It's a big ocean.
there's also like a whole landing spot in the back of KP's backyard.
It's true. I like underwater where possible because it's not visible from satellite and it helps a little bit with IR.
Well, not visible by satellite by today's standards.
She's painted in a specific. Look at me,
I
babe.
had a hard time finding her.
You had a hard time finding her.
So does the satellite.
Okay.
I don't like that. I don't like the being underwater. Again.
Gonna sip my tea sassily at it.
What is happening? I feel like I should drink something. Okay. Did it. We did it.
All right, so what are you
We're
doing?
so in on this.
It's us all making a face because of the idea of a satellite that can see things Lacey can't see.
Right?
Is-
Yep.
Anyway, we all go to bed with a lot of safety and calm. Yep. How you doing with the underwater?
I'm fine. I'm gonna stay up and teach Sal cards because apparently he's gonna not sleep either.
No,
You have to sleep.
Wait.
I can't.
I have something for you.
Oh.
The meditation thingy. Or whatever.
Well, yeah, that, but also, so the thing that last time I bought, it's probably a little squished for you because of that fight.
Is it sleeping pills?
No.
I tried those.
I was gonna like make this whole thing for you and make it like a pretty like sculpture art piece with the meditation thing in the middle, but this is it's a bag of squished marshmallows, and then I pull out also the meditation patch. I was gonna make it like really cute and artistic and like brandy, like Anton would have liked it, you know, because he was all about brands and stuff.
Yeah.
And then put the meditation here. I don't know,
Thank you.
but please use that to sleep.
I don't think it'll help me sleep, but it'll at least help me relax a little, I guess. It'll like help me like shut my mind off a little bit.
Promise.
I don't think it would put me to sleep though.
Need to sleep.
But
So
eh.
off
Okay.
to the middle of like a nice secluded spot
Leve-
offshore.
Yeah, the nice
Okay.
thing is
wanna
that even
toast
if I'm
it one?
too sleepy, I'm not going to be veering off the road because if I crash into the ocean that we're going to anyway.
Yeah, so you kind of arrive no matter what you do.
If
So
anyone
as y'all are
wants,
pitching down in a nosedive about to crash into the surface of the ocean, everyone's like, "It's okay, we got there." So that familiar roar that Amelia feels so much more familiar than that space shuttle did. A few moments and y'all take to the skies, but altitude is kept low as y'all race over the shorelines of Southern California and begin to pilot a little further out until nothing but the black waters of the Pacific Ocean are underneath you. Once Lacey feels pretty comfortable with how the distance y'all have from shore, goes into a hover mode and begins to slowly submerge, almost like you were going to Blue Dolphin Base. You sink down about 40 feet and touch down right near what is sort of you're about 600 feet away from a shelf.
Okay.
Where it starts pitching off and going into deeper water. But right now, you are completely invisible from sight from shore. And if someone was going to spot y'all overhead, they ain't doing it tonight.
I have an idea. Since I haven't slept for probably about a week and a half, we'll just say the thing gives me the intellect points that I would have lost from not sleeping for a week and a half. And then that way I don't like
Sure.
lose intellect.
What a great idea.
Yeah.
So you basically do kind of get some REM action going here, because as you slap that
Yeah.
thing on, you immediately feel this harmonic resonance begin to form inside of you, and it's very relaxing. And before long, your eyes close. And
Take
you're
a
not-
cat nap. Yeah, this is nice.
So we're going to cut to the next morning. The sunlight that comes through the windows of the flight deck of Amelia is the only light, aside from the soft glows, the emergency lights that light the interior of the dropship itself. Dr. Patel is handing out protein bars as everyone is starting to wake up. And she sits down and she goes,
Sorry, I drooled on you.
"Hey, we gotta start talking, y'all. We gotta start talking right away, because
Okay.
I was in the middle of something when y'all reappeared, and we're on a time crunch.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot.
Set course for kind of time.
And you're gonna set course? Okay, so as she starts talking, the ship begins to rock a little bit, and sitting up, still waking up, you see Lacey just, and the ship. And she goes and buckles herself in and says, "Okay, I guess I'll talk in transit."
It seemed efficient. You said there wasn't much time and we need honey, baby.
That's very good. Yes, yes. So, in the time y'all have been gone, first of all, how much do y'all know about what's happened? I'll get to what the hell happened to y'all and where Anton is, because Hops kind of clued me in that something went down.
Yeah.
But first of all,
Are the toothbrushes still here?
while y'all were away, I started making, well, when I was done panicking, when I realized you guys weren't coming back, I started digging deeper into some research. I started coming across some unusual energy readings. Even went to the surface a few times. Kind of learned how to fly, Amelia. Yeah.
The systems are all in good shape, so you didn't mess with her too badly.
Well, the automation is quite efficient on this machine, so I have to say, it's
That's a lot of that is Sweet Baby. Sweet Baby's actually been refining a lot of the algorithms because
Super
they're
handy.
a very good co-pilot.
wherever you are, sweet baby. Thank you.
On our way.
Also, smartest person in the universe.
So,
It's true.
So taking what I've been learning about the Callisto 6 energy source, I've made a few discoveries on. I think it's older than the Earth. Maybe I've already said that.
Oh yeah, we know that. Poor.
Yeah, great. Anyway,
I didn't fill her in on that stuff.
There's a lot to fill in.
And also, we were kind of watching you guys kick some ass. So
it's everywhere. You know how when there's like a wildfire, and no matter how far away from it you are, you can still smell it in the air, if it's a big one.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes it'll be like sometimes if it's Sometimes if it's even 7 miles away, you can smell the burning of wood. If it's particularly big, you can still smell it in the air, right? Because that travels. Well, as it turns out, the particle energy of the Callisto energy source, Sam, is this you literally discovering for the first time ever?
I had no idea.
Yeah, no, it makes
Dear
sense.
reader, I have no sense of smell.
Sam
this is
has
why
no sense of
my
smell.
mind. It's just Sam's mind being
Yes,
blown.
it's-
Lacey probably does.
Right. But
I have no
it is
idea.
fair.
This blew my mind. I didn't know you could smell fire from far away.
Yeah, I mean, it's particularly like California wildfires because they get so big,
yeah.
they're burning so many acres that even 14 miles away, you'll still be able to catch them on the wind.
That makes
It's pretty.
sense. I can see the haze in the air, but I didn't put that together. Okay,
Oh,
cool.
and
I'm
it's
so
strong.
sorry to interrupt. Please continue.
No, that's okay. So she says, so the particle energy that was dispersed by that Callisto 6 explosion, and possibly through some of the experimentation that Pyramid Star was doing along with Cassium, I have a theory that the particles of this energy have dispersed much like smoke and have descended upon the city of Los Angeles. And I didn't have anything to prove that, except for I'm detecting an energy signature right now that's similar to the ones you guys are all experiencing with your own power set. And this is somebody who has not been directly exposed to the Callisto 6 energy source. And yet they're exhibiting, I'm detecting here, this is why they came to the base. And she goes down underneath one of the seating areas. She drags out a metal briefcase and opens it up. And Lacey, you immediately detect new tech. She opens it up and she goes, I built this to detect the Callisto 6 energy source. I was trying to find out if you guys were still alive. Instead, what it did was it pinged the Callisto 6 energy source all over Los Angeles. It's everywhere. It's saturating the air.
Right.
And I don't fully understand what the effects are going to be, but I know that at least one person out there is in the process of evolving into one of you and doesn't even know it yet. And I've already got a source location. Whatever I did when I activated this device to detect this stuff apparently sent up a flare because they came at me as soon as I activated this. I don't know how they found us.
They could feel.
They always knew we were there.
That was my suspicion. But now suddenly when this activated,
They cared. And
they cared, which
Because they're probably looking for these people too.
that's my theory. I think they're probably looking for these people because they've probably caught on that this has happened. And two, I think maybe I screwed up. When I built this device, they probably want it now. I know the Callisto 6 energy source better than anybody else. If they know there's a machine out there that can detect it, they're going to want it. This is all supposition, but it all makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we still need it then?
Well, for right now, I mean, I don't know if this is going to be the last person.
Who is it?
I don't know, but here it is on the map, and you see her swipe, and this pops up. You see just north of Baldwin Island, it looks like a small business area, and it's just this crackling yellow dot.
We need
That's
to
where I've been
find.
able to pinpoint it.
We need to find them before the corporations find them.
Yeah.
Cross-referenced against a map against city records.
Name has changed to the business, and you're not entirely sure what it is now, but it looks like a club.
What's it called?
A nightclub. There is no
What
record
section
of
of
the name.
town?
It's just north of Baldwin Island.
Okay.
Would we would know?
So this would be mid-city,
Would
to the
cats
east,
know?
the east of Beverly Hills.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
No, this doesn't look familiar. I mean, remember, Los Angeles 2120 is a mega city now. So there's 9 million people living here. You're not familiar.
Just in the city.
Yeah. So the city records, plus it's in an old part of LA that wasn't completely destroyed by C-Day. So there's a lot of mixed records is the name of the place, but it does register as a nightclub.
It's like
It's
what?
probably passed through hands.
It's like what? 7 a.m. or something?
Right now, no, it's closer to 9:30 a.m. You guys
It's like what?
kinda
9:30
slept in.
a.m. You guys want to go clubbing?
Breakfast club.
I need a cafecito like I need my life.
Oh God.
So yes, let's go
Family.
somewhere.
It's morning. Eggs are waiting. Eggs.
Luma
Eggs,
has this
eggs.
moment where she realizes
We never promised that we
I
would be back.
did.
Okay, we'll pick up Honey Baby really quick, and then Eggs really quick, and then we're gonna get this person, okay?
Yeah, but this person might be in danger, but I really want those eggs. But this person might be in danger
What if
right
the person
now.
wants to go to breakfast?
Coffee.
Honey Baby?
Coffee,
then
cafecito,
Coffee.
cafecito in any form, cafecito
Cafecito with Honey Baby. Cafecito at Calvin Prime.
and eggs. Let's
And
do it.
whiskey. Sorry, what?
everything.
I thought we were
I'm
just
going so fast.
shouting out things that we liked.
Okay.
If I were
I'm
This is like
Luma's
like a cartoon of y'all
panicking
just
right
playing.
now.
Let's go.
So what are you doing first? You're grabbing Honey Baby?
yes.
So
I need my co-pilot.
Okay, so when you're landing in Beverly Hills, Honey Baby, already detecting your presence approaching because you pinged them, comes running out. You see the door open and a man leaning on a cane and Uncle Charlie next to him going, "What?" as Honey Baby runs up the ramp. And the ramp begins to close and you see the confusion as Amelia takes off again. And KP just turns to Uncle Charlie and says, "It's probably important. Coffee?" And he just, "Yeah, coffee sounds good." And they go back inside. The door closes.
I ping the parentals. We'll be there soon.
No response.
That's fine. They don't need it. They just need to know that I didn't forget.
Racing across the sky, where are you headed next?
Let's see. That was actually
Where's
we're
the
right
thing?
by the club
We
because KP is right by Beverly Hills.
That is
He's
correct.
Right near there.
Yeah.
So
That is
we're
correct.
gonna go to the club.
You're gonna go straight to the club?
Yes.
We're going clubbing.
So
Straight to them.
I'm gonna say, so it was 9:30 when y'all, it was 9:30 when y'all left on this endeavor. So,
Too soon.
so flying across the sky,
Yep.
touching down, grabbing Honey Baby,
Yep.
taking off again and racing into the direction of the club.
Yep.
I'm gonna say 10:15, right about now. So
Brunch. You're gonna
y'all
go
are
brunch.
entering.
Parents'
Y'all are entering into the area of the club.
Wait.
A couple of people on the street are staring up, mesmerized as this dropship comes soaring down. You see a large blocked area. Most of this stuff looks most of these stores in this area have that vintage look. Like, this is parts of Los Angeles that survived C-Day, and were only kind of updated as the ages passed.
Oh yeah, this is big 50s energy.
What's that?
Big 50s energy.
Yeah, but think of it more like mid '90s, late '90s energy, like
Yeah,
storefronts.
No, I mean like the 2090s look totally different from this. Come on, Eric, get with it. Different vintage.
So, so as y'all are looking around, the area that this ping is coming from, you see it could only be this place. It has a very bland-looking exterior, except the doorway, which looks like it has two Roman pillars that look like they've been carved into the doorway itself to sort of give it a splash of class, even though it looks pretty off base
Cheesy.
for where it is. Yeah.
Oh, are we talking like overdone like Corinthian, not even like some kind of
Yeah, think of it like
Doric?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in great shape.
It's like a cheap Caesar's palace.
And there is music playing inside. You hear not the thudding beats of heavy club music, even at this time in the morning, but instead, you all hear a very enticing melody of jazz playing from the interior. And the doors open with no bouncer.
Guess they're rehearsing.
There's a sign that says alcohol will not be sold until the evening out in front.
Damn it.
I go in.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, go in.
So as everybody moves into the area, as you all enter, the first thing you notice as you move inside this club is the jazz music is not just an arbitrary choice. The moment you cross the threshold, the interior of this club looks like a recreation of the early 1940s, with red velvet tablecloths cast over tall tables and shorter tables, candles that aren't lit yet. Some soft light is going, but even the lighting fixtures are brass. Everything looks like you should be walking in here, regardless of who you are, dressed in a dapper manner.
Did you say the name of the place? And it's
no, you didn't.
No.
Oh, then I would like to pick up a menu and what is this place?
No menus laying out. You do see a very classy looking bar of like polished lacquered wood with brass fittings all around it, an oval stage large enough to share multiple people with, but it has the lamps around the edge and some velvet curtains. Behind the bar, wiping it down, you see a robot with just a dome metal head. dressed in a tux that's just kind of wiping it down with a towel and says, "Oh, hello, everyone. I'm sorry we're not open yet, but you're welcome to come inside. Can I get you some mimosas?"
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, you're not open, but you're still gonna serve us?
I would never turn down customers.
Also, there's like a sign that says, never mind. That says, "Come in, everybody." Do you have coffee?
Coffee. I'm sure I could find some coffee.
Yeah, let's do this.
Who is this magical creature?
My name's Niles.
Hi, Niles.
Hi, Niles.
Hello, everybody I have not yet met, but seems friendly. Would you like to come in and sit down?
I want a mimosa. What's a mimosa?
You want a mimosa?
Okay.
Mimosa and coffee's coming right up. Is there
Yes.
anything else I can do for you? Takes the towel and just drops it into a bucket.
Do you have pineapple juice?
Pineapple juice, of course. We mix all kinds of drinks here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do we feel a vibe from this robot that's like full of Callisto 6 energy, for instance?
Nope.
Okay.
You don't feel any vibes, but you
Do I feel
definitely
anything?
Do we
like-
feel vibes
I
though?
don't-
You all
What
feel
vibes do I feel? I want to extensively feel
things.
Niles' vibes.
you feel the presence of Callisto 6 energy in this room.
Yes.
In the room.
Somebody in this building has it. The other thing you feel is this robot is old, Lacey. This robot is probably about 60 years old and one of the first models that's been re-upped. This is one of the first servant models to ever actually enter the field of work. Probably using an old chassis that doesn't exist anymore.
Remember when we infiltrated that one party that one time?
Which time?
The one time. Remember?
Oh, yeah. I thought we were not supposed to talk about that time.
We don't talk about that time, but remember there were robots like that.
Yes.
Wait, what time?
Niles
What?
leaves to go in the
Sorry.
back, and y'all are out here alone.
What is this place?
And where is
old
this
robot.
person? And where is my coffee?
I don't even know what they've been called back then.
Where was that music coming from?
It's playing overhead.
Okay.
Are there speakers?
Yep.
Okay. I just didn't know if it was just
Yeah, there's
ambient music.
no performers, but you do see areas up on stage with music stands. They're just empty right now.
Do they have security cameras in this facility?
You can sense security cameras.
What's on them?
You see multiple people in this building. A couple of people in the back. As you're glancing through, you see somebody in the main office. Looks like they're doing paperwork. You're starting to pick up a vibe here, Lacey. As you're looking at everyone, you're starting to get an idea. As you're looking left to right and like switching through the security cam footage, you're starting to realize the dressing rooms and the people that are having conversations in the hallways backstage. There's about 6 people in this building, and you're pretty sure this is a drag club.
And you're telling me I don't know this place?
Right.
Yeah.
9
City?
There's a lot of clubs
million
in this
people.
city.
Gay culture.
9 million people in a mega city.
Oh, sweet.
So
Sweet Eric.
No, I buy it.
I would
But
say
we can't
I
see
would
that,
say
so I'm just looking around.
Yeah.
yeah. A few moments pass.
This place is great.
And as you're like looking around, all of you begin to feel that presence of the C6 energy getting stronger and stronger until you hear footsteps. And then almost simultaneously, each of you kind of glance off into the direction of these footsteps coming through, and a curtain parts. Somebody who doesn't apparently know that y'all are here doesn't seem to react, doesn't seem to be expecting anybody out in the main area, comes stepping out. Aki, would you like to jump in now? Aki, who created this bar, jumping on in.
Hello.
Hi, Aki.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me back. I'm excited.
So, before we cut away to our break, describe what we see walking through that red velvet curtain.
You see a tall, slender, dark-skinned, very mask-presenting person with a face beat to the gods. Like, they've obviously not taken their makeup off from whatever it was they were probably doing the night before. Shaved head, very, very fashionably dressed, kind of a low-slung, like a soft band T-shirt and a suede and leather duster and dark colored denim and boots. And they've got several piercings and basically just kind of taken by surprise to see people in their club at 10:30 in the morning.
Not only do you see people in the club, but there's a recognition when you see all of them. You don't know these people. Although you think you may have seen the rainbow-colored haired one on the news at one point. But something else, you can feel the presence of all of them. There's a familiarity that you can't explain.
What?
Hi.
And that's actually where we're gonna
Have you eaten?
That's where we're gonna pause for our break.
Yeah.
I made a drag club for you.
So Aki, and welcome back. And we're gonna be learning the name of this club here pretty soon.
I have a couple of fine details to add that I'm excited about.
Yeah. I'm really excited. Just like we did with Gina and Raft City, Aki decided to create this club with me. So Aki is going to explain what we're looking at. And so definitely stay tuned. We'll see you guys in about 10 minutes.
I look forward to looking for gay ciphers.
Hi, I'm Deborah Ann Wool. You may know me from shows like True Blood or Daredevil, but I've created a new show called Relics and Rarities, presented by Geek and Sundry. It's a Dungeons and Dragons show where I lead a group of characters through a series of adventures.
Candy or diamonds? This is way more fun than that. Yeah. This is not ever going to be on TV.
My mic.
Let us pass. These are my friends now. What is happening?
I've always known about Dungeons & Dragons. When I was a kid, I was very curious about it. But when I was finally exposed to it, I was just asking around. I just really wanted to play.
When I was a child and it was kind of like more of a, as everybody knows, it was much more underground. It was like a movement.
I used to force my friends to play with me at birthday parties, and that was the only way I would get to play.
I think I flat out asked her, like, if you ever wanted me to play with you, maybe you could invite me to play Dungeons & Dragons with you. And she finally did one day, and so we've been playing ever since.
If you're an RPG person and you've never played D&D, you're missing out.
It is a game of imagination, of mental dexterity, of collaboration and teamwork, and that you cannot be afraid to fail.
It's like watching your make-believe come to real life.
I'm a huge fan of games in general. I play loads of games, but never have I played a game where you feel like you're in the game.
With this, whatever you say, you can do.
You're on a journey, and it's a collective story shared amongst everyone at the table, and that these intersections of great things happen and are determined by the roll of the dice.
I think RPGs have come a long way. When I first got started, getting into this sort of world, things like shows like this one didn't really exist, especially not on this scale.
And now the fact that it is becoming extremely mainstream, widespread, the geeks rule the world kind of thing, it makes me very happy.
I would say Relics and Rarities came to me pretty early on. The first sort of impulse I had about this game was that I wanted to hit them with heavy stuff that they couldn't handle, but give them creative options about how to solve it.
The world Deborah created was incredibly detailed and impressed. I'm still kind of blown away by the idea that we, as players, kind of suggest ideas and we're limited only by our imagination.
So 16, he hits.
Oh, get it.
So now let's...
Our imagination is so enhanced with everything that she's created from her brain. I mean, look around this room. It's completely accurate, every single thing, which makes us play even bigger and even stronger.
I think it's really awesome, like when you step into this room, the antechamber, before you get into the room we're actually playing the game, and the world that Deborah created, like, you know, she put more work into this game than I put into like every movie I ever made. More thought process went into this.
I really wanted to do very distinct environments. I wanted them to explore 6 completely different worlds, which meant that sometimes your strengths are going to shine, sometimes an ally's strengths are going to shine, and it allowed everyone to kind of show up and be the leader at different points in that game.
There's a great
The whole point of D&D, especially as a dungeon master, my job is to throw challenges and obstacles at you, and your job is to figure out how to get through them. And I think you learn about yourself and the way that you think and your leanings. And I wanted to open people's perspectives a little bit about D&D, especially for newer players. I'm hoping that the fans that watch this show, I hope that some of them will be new to the game and will go, I just kind of want to see what this is. I want to see Simone Missick play a bounty hunter. I want to see Charlie Cox play a pirate, you know? I want to see Matthew Lillard play a medium or Kevin Smith as a private detective, you know? Like, I wanted to give them fun backgrounds so that you could see that, like, that's what matters. You can play the character and the fun and the story, and then when you have to make a roll, it's okay if we take 3 minutes and figure out where it is on your sheet. I would hope the intimidation factor goes down.
Hello, welcome back to Callisto 6. I love Brigitte. She's a great healer. And anybody who plays Overwatch who complains about Brigitte needs to shut up, because Brigitte is awesome.
Okay.
One of her combat lines is mace to the face, and that's hilarious.
Mace to the face.
Because she swings a mace around.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. And then she shield bashes, and she'll interrupt people, which is
hey, we have a lot
hilarious.
to talk about then.
Yeah. Anyway.
Also Zarya. Anyway, we'll get back to it.
Also, what's lovely, before we continue, what's lovely is Brigitte is the squire to Reinhardt in Overwatch, and the woman that does the voice for Brigitte and Darren have formed a deep friendship with each other and are constantly talking to him. I love, because it's Darren. But if you ever want to see something incredibly pure,
Darren,
the exchange those two have, I love it. Positive vibes. Always a good thing.
way to get
Welcome to
to the
Callisto.
episode. I love this.
Welcome back.
Breathe in the love.
Yeah. Breathe in those positive vibes and then smash something with a mace, because Brigitte is awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump back in. Did I ever turn off the music? I don't know. I may have left it on. No, I turned it off. Unfortunately, I don't have any jazz
This
music.
episode rules because we started out in danger and now we are at a kick-ass vintage
Jazz club that is currently open for breakfast, apparently.
I'm in.
Well, open for
at least
mimosas
for
anyway.
at least
Open
for
for
the
mimosas.
staff.
Hey, that's breakfast.
So as the lot of y'all are making eye contact for the very first time, and there is that silence, and then the hi, a few moments later, interrupting that silence is the whirring of a robot just coming back out with the tray, and expertly sets the tray down and begins to immediately distribute coffee, mimosas, and pineapple juice.
Well, I'm glad you're making yourselves at home.
Thank you, Niles.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
It's orange juice. Oh, it's not.
As you taste that bite of the champagne.
Hi.
Yeah.
Is this your place?
On the weekends, yeah, it's my place.
Nice walls.
And speaking of walls, you wouldn't have noticed it when you came in because that wall is blacked out. But once you get around to the other side, it is nearly wall to wall, floor to ceiling fish tank full of koi. And this, and then you see kind of emblazoned towards the top of the tank in gold lettering, Kingyo, which means goldfish in Japanese. And all of the koi are like in different varieties and shades and colors and
And doing what koi are renowned for doing, which is lazily moving about their lives with apparently out of damn care in the world.
Are these from the Cassium line? I know they have some in their lobby, but I haven't seen. These don't look like the bioengineered ones.
actually they were imported from Japan. So they're the genuine article.
Fascinating.
But it doesn't really answer the question of who are you and why are you in my club?
You're like us.
I'm like, what now?
Yeah, this is gonna be sounding really absurd, but
Listen, I've seen a lot of absurd stuff on the news today. I don't think you can surprise me.
You can sense us though.
You have weird superpowers like us, right?
Excuse me?
We know you feel it.
Yeah, come on. Just just tell us. You feel it. You know what we're talking about.
I mean,
even though you don't know the words yet, you know there's a thing.
okay, we
I know exactly what it is that you're trying to do because I do this with my kids all the time and it's not gonna work. You can't do the whole reverse psychology thing.
I'm 2 feet in the air.
Ooh, are you also a teacher?
Holy shit.
I rewind the robot using time.
We could go more.
Okay,
No,
freaking them out a little
please don't do any more stuff to my club or in my club until you tell me exactly what the hell is going on here. I mean, I kind of recognize this one, but the rest of y'all, I don't.
I put the mask on. Hi.
That's a familiar sight because when that mask is on television, it illuminates and gets spotted pretty easily. As you see that mask, a few moments pass. As you're about to say something, you hear someone say, "Hey, is it clear in here?" And you see Dr. Patel peeking her head inside, just very casually in just slacks and a normal blouse. Just kind of looks in, straightens her purple blouse a little bit and says, "Is this place open?"
apparently.
Have you had a mimosa?
They serve mimosas here. Oh my God.
So cute.
I haven't had mimosa since they tried to murder me. Yes, I'll take one.
Niles, can you also bring out a bottle of the good whiskey, please?
Oh my God, that was an option?
I mean, we are a bar. We don't usually serve hard drinks this early in the morning, but I think I might need one.
The sign said
same.
And then, as you say that, cutting off the robot before it can respond just goes, I'm sorry, who are you? Yeah, Dr. Patel is basically pointing. Who's that?
The proprietor of this establishment. Name's Shion.
Shion. Nice to meet you. Cass.
Nice to meet you.
This is who we're looking for. I tell Dr. Patel. This was who
Oh.
you're looking for.
Oh man, we must seem so rude right now. I'm sorry. We're kind of in a rush, and it's weird.
Yes. Oh,
And
yes.
very sorry for that.
Actually, you might
rush.
Oh yeah, you are maybe in danger.
Oh yeah, you might want to explain to them because we did not do a very good job.
Guys, let's calm down for a second. This is probably overwhelming. We just stormed in here.
Overwhelming is definitely a word for it. I really have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing right now.
Yeah, no. Let me. Okay. First of all, and then you hear the robot say, "Yes, I will go fetch the whiskey right now."
Thank you, Niles.
Leaves the room. And Patel goes, sorry, I'm distracted because I actually really like the sound of whiskey too. Okay. Here's the thing, and first of all, sorry for storming into your place like this and just, kicking our feet up like this.
In our defense, the door was opened
to us. I mean, the door is never closed to anyone, but I usually leave it open for people who are coming in for deliveries at this time of the day. I'm not usually expecting. Most of the people who come to my club know when it's open.
We didn't.
I mean, I'm not mad. I just don't really understand.
Yeah. Okay, it's like this. You know the crazy shit you've been seeing on the news lately?
Yeah, with that Calypso 7 or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah. It's all true. And that's not, I mean, if you saw the tower rescue, which was nuts.
Oh yeah, I was glowing at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, usually
hey, Hops, let's do this one at a time.
Oh,
'cause
sorry.
That's okay. And we all want to jump in here to help you understand what's going on. But essentially, these are they. And the reason why we are here is because I'm a scientist and I have determined that the same thing that gave them all these crazy fucking weird abilities that they can do is ambient in the air, and some people may have contracted it, and you are exhibiting signs of the same energy that lets them do what you see them doing. Now, I know that sounds wild to you, and I'm guessing from your reaction, you have not had an event yet where that.
Actually.
Yeah, she leans in.
That would maybe explain. It happened last weekend. I was finishing up my set and headed into the dressing room, and I got accosted by this total douchebag who thought that because I'd put on a show for them, I was entitled to do more. And they grabbed me and tried to keep me from getting to the dressing room, and I just looked at them and basically said, "You want to keep that hand, you're going to let go of me right now."
Good,
and they kind of backed off from me and blinked a couple of times and then kind of looked at me like they had no idea why we were even talking to each other. It was really strange. And I've seen some gaslighty shit in my time, but that was beyond anything I'd ever seen. And he honestly seemed like he had no idea that he'd even approached me.
So you don't think this guy was having an episode? You think he reacted to what you said?
I don't know, but I've never experienced anything like that before.
Did you feel anything when that happened?
A sort of strange tingling in my chest, I guess, but nothing. I mean, I thought it was just nerves. Like I was just anxious because I'd been accosted.
It could have been. Look, that's an event. That could have been anything. It's true. That could have been anything. But powers, we don't know how they manifest or what does it. But It could have also been a manifestation of an ability that we don't know about. Listen, if you're willing, this is going to sound wacky. And I really
More
have no-
wacky than being like superheroes showing up at my door.
Yeah, it's going to sound wackier than that. Here's the thing.
Niles.
Here's the thing. You're kind of getting a crash
Where's
course. What's that?
Where is Niles?
Niles is not back in the room yet.
Where is Niles?
Oh, Niles is in the back stock room, currently pulling down a bottle of whiskey.
Got it. Thank you.
What time is it?
What's that?
What time is it?
Oh, the clock's ticking. It's probably about 10:20.
Oh, I know. I'm just.
Yeah,
This
10:20.
is me flavoring obsessively looking at my clock over and over and over again.
She goes-
counting the seconds.
There's really no way to break this to you easy. It's gonna come off as a lot, but I need you to hear it, okay?
Okay.
If this is true and you have the power, which we believe you do, we don't know for sure yet. It would be great to be able to test you if that's okay. But here's the thing: if you do have the power, you might be. Some people that are not nice might be interested in meeting you, and that's kind of why we're here. Because we think it's possible that the people who don't like them
By the
very much-
people, you mean the court.
Specifically, yes. The corporations, which, in full transparency, I used to work for.
Fantastic.
I was an employee of both Pyramid Star and Cassium.
It turns out they're not all bad.
Employees.
Trust me, I know they're not all bad. Just some of them very misinformed.
Oh, most of them are bad.
Oh, really bad.
Really.
Like, as bad as we all know they are, and then, like, oh, so much worse.
That's accurate.
I'm just saying with one or
Colossal
two
level.
Sorry, clock is ticking, and I'm sure, Luma, you're very aware of that. But I hate to do this to you, but if you're willing, we'd like to urge you to come with us.
We'll take the bottle to go.
I know I have given you nothing to go on. It's a total leap of faith. I just stormed into the bar and told you you're a superhero and you need to get the hell out of here. I would tell everyone to screw off if I were you. And
Well, considering I definitely have a job that I need to get to today and kids that are counting on me, that would be 100% correct. I don't think I really want to go and abandon my responsibilities, but I'm also being told that I might potentially have superpowers, and I don't think that that's necessarily something I want to be dealing with in the middle of trying to counsel kids. So yeah, let's go. The sooner I can get this over with, the sooner I can get back to my regular life.
wow, you're remarkably well adjusted. Has anyone ever told you that?
It's kind of my job to be well adjusted.
As a scientist, I appreciate that.
How old are they?
Oh, mostly high schoolers, junior high.
Huh.
You do a
Some
lot.
difficulty.
Oh, I mean,
You sound really busy.
youth outreach is definitely not for the faint of heart, but it's what I was called to do. So I do it.
It's good work.
It's the best work. Love my kids. And if I'm any kind of danger to them, I need to know.
Well, thank you for taking our word. We will not disappoint you. This is very, very, very serious.
Who do we owe for the drinks?
Don't worry about it. Kai will take care of it.
Well, Shion, Callisto 6. Callisto 6, Shion. Let's get you out of here, and we can figure out what we do next.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, let's go.
Hand my mimosa to Cass.
I still throw credits at the store.
Okay.
Who will take care of it?
Picking up the towel, you just see Niles
general
go,
manager.
have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much for dropping in.
It is
Nice to
such
meet
a
you.
pleasure to meet you, Niles.
It's a pleasure to meet you, too.
Once the delivery from this morning is dropped off, Niles, please lock the door behind them when they leave.
Yes, Mix.
And make sure that everybody else is out of the bar
Yes,
as
Mix.
soon as possible.
As you say.
All right. I guess it's time for us to go.
As we're walking out the door, I'm like, those old robots creep me out.
Niles is perfect!
He is perfect.
It's like a museum in there.
I've never gotten to see.
You know those old movies where they had robots that would like go berserk and kill people?
That's only in some cultures, and America in particular is really robot phobic and has been for like well over a century. It's
those
helpful
robots
places,
never
and
make
there
you
are
drinks.
Other places where they're considered super helpful. And anyway, we're parked up on the roof access of that parking structure. So I'm gonna lead the way, and we're gonna.
So when you get to the roof of the parking structure, being whisked away like Alice flying down the rabbit hole, you find yourself at the top of this parking structure only to see a drop ship with the ramp that is down and the engines are heated still and ready to go.
That
Two things
kind of hurts my eyes.
Two things. Standing at the top of the ramp, you see a Japanese woman who has her arms folded behind her back, and she's kind of scrutinizing you as you approach. But next to her is a mountain of a man, a creature that looks like it has different colorations all across his visage. And dark, impossibly messy hair. Think of like the Incredible Hulk, how his hair was always thin but messy all over the place.
Married to Frankenstein's monster.
Very much kind of the sort of, without the plugs coming out the side, but does kind of have that sort of mismatch patchwork look to him. But is standing upright and is occasionally glancing down at the Japanese woman and looking back up in your direction as you all approach. And she signs, any trouble?
This Shion.
Shion. And she nods to you.
Same. I recognize that nod.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly what that nod is. Shion does it back.
Okay, you do it back, and you see a small smile, recognition come over Moonlight's face.
And I'll just spell out that their title was Mix. Just so she knows.
And then she looks back at you, and yeah, you did see. It may have been the first time you've really noticed it, but when Moonlight nodded, it was more of a quick just, and the return, like you see a language pass between the two of them, and you glance up at the big man who just goes.
Moonlight, Sal, Amelia.
Honey baby.
In the back, when Lacey says honey baby, you see leaning up against the wall a 11.5-foot tall war droid that is laying down, it's sort of situated down, its knees pulled up to its chest, and like a child is just sitting there, and it goes and waves. And Dr. Patel goes, I know. There's really no. It's a carnival, but they're all good people.
Listen, I run a carnival. This is pretty par for the course.
Well adjusted. Hop on in.
Send one more text. Running late. So sorry.
Reply, breakfast is cold.
Oh, sorry.
You're screwed.
When am I not?
That's friendship. You're fucked. So, a few moments pass as everyone starts to buckle in, and Patel slides into the seat next to you and clasps in and says, we're just going to find a place to sit down and we'll run the test. And if you want, we can get you back to your bar before before it opens tonight. Assuming no one.
To be honest, it's more of a speakeasy than anything else, but yeah.
That's so cool. Speakeasy.
Well, I
Wow.
mean.
Do y'all know what a speakeasy is? And Patel looks at it, everybody.
I'm looking it up.
You see the entry pop up. Speakeasies started very innocently during the age of Prohibition, became dens of crime and murder not too long after. It all started quite innocently, and over the next few years turned into the first real American crime wave of organized crime.
So I don't say
Outside
anything.
of, like,
I just
the
look at
New
you and I'm smiling and very impressed.
There's a lurch and the ship begins to take off. Where are y'all going? I'm guessing to Raft City?
I think my garage is probably the place with the most equipment where we could do something, because our most extensive facilities are at Blue Dolphin, but we don't want to try to clear that.
No.
With
A few moments.
Patel, what do you need for the test?
I just need some space and a place to do this without being interrupted. Power supply, of course, but I can get that from just about anywhere. The garage sounds great. Oh, that's true. We have a walking reactor. So.
Yeah. Garage.
Garage.
I'm gonna just look ahead real quick and pre-clear the garage before we go there and put down.
It's
Make sure it hasn't been firebombed in my absence.
No, it is not.
As a known Lacey location.
Nope, has not been firebombed. You detect. This is the weekend too, so.
Are you sitting at the helm, by the way?
I'm sitting nearby it. There's no one actually sitting in there. I don't think I've transferred in. A honey baby's nearby it, and I'm nearby it. No one's actually driving this ship.
Yep. Just wanted to make sure that was something that she unclocked.
Okay. So as y'all are flying, you get a text, Luma, from your dad. And it says, calm your mother down. She's not angry. She's just desperate to see you again. Do you think you can make dinner tonight? If not, yes or no, let me know.
You okay?
Yeah.
Under promise, over deliver.
Just, separating. Growing up, I guess. This is my equivalent of moving out. Send back. I'll try to with all my heart. Love you guys.
Heart emoji returned.
Whew. It wasn't exactly like that for me, but I'm sorry.
They loved you.
Maybe dinner one of these days?
Dinner tonight if you're free. If we're free. If we're ever free.
The conversation, the sweet conversation they're having, is overridden by the booming voice of Honey Baby, who very abruptly turns to Lacey and says, Operator Lacey, when would be an opportune time to discuss the fact that I am a sentient AI created by the military to destroy continents?
Say what now?
Oh wow. Maybe.
So you've met. So I'm really glad that you're feeling better and that you finished processing. How much time to arrival? We could maybe interface on the way if there's enough time, but it seems like we're going pretty fast.
Yeah, ETA 2 minutes. Honey Baby says, yes, perhaps a better time would be in the future.
Nothing's more important to me than you. Let me know.
I find that heartening. Is that the correct usage of the word? Reassuring.
Both express different things that could be true of you.
I understand. Operator Lacey, I was designed to destroy. But I do not destroy. You had me remove my weaponry. He pulls up this gun, where you see the area where the gun was once located is now just a divot inside, which holds med packs. And Honey Baby just looks at you and says, I find that I might be having what is an equivalent of an identity crisis.
You know, I wanted you to have access to weaponry when you had more context to decide whether you wanted to use it. It sounds like you do now, but if you're not doing what you're designed for, I'm pretty sure that means you're a punk rebel.
Punk rebel. Searching. Excellent. I will be a punk rebel. Operator Lacey, I believe that it would be in my interest to acquire weaponry. There have been multiple instances where I have not been assured by your safety, and that I cannot destroy the enemies that would seek to harm you or the other friendlies. The fragile things that attack you, I find to be unacceptable. And Lacey, when Honey Baby says that, there is a twinge of that cold, logical, it's not malicious in any way. It's an echo of that familiar overtone, that familiar feeling that you yourself felt when detaching from your body. A plus B equals C. This threatens this, destroy that, save this. Destroy it with extreme prejudice. Keep it from ever harming again, problem solved. It's a math equation to Honey Baby. Yeah. That it can use weapons as its pencil to solve that equation. And you feel that cold calculation. It's definitely the specter of its programming that's manifesting and rationalizing this way. It's unbiased, but it's also very direct.
I'll keep an eye open for the components. Maybe we can make something that'll meet specifications. I mean,
I guess in the meantime, maybe you can learn how to punch.
That is acceptable. Operator Lacey, do you not approve of me acquiring weapons? I've sensed a change as well as noticeable features changing in manners that I am not familiar witnessing. I also find that I'm finding it difficult to communicate in ways that I used to. I don't feel as efficient. I feel.
Fuzzy logic processing is more opaque, but often more efficient in the long run.
I shall process this.
We should get you a jacket.
I have lots of those. So that happened.
Patel glances back and goes, so that's new. So I didn't know about this. This is new.
Yep.
That's new.
New for all of us.
Honey Baby, you're good, right? You're not like, you're not going to go T800 on us or anything. We're all good here, right?
What is that?
That's one of the old movies I was talking about.
Oh, I know that reference.
I look it up.
My dad is obsessed with those movies.
Are you kidding? That's one of the great classic sci-fi.
It's very scary. It's very good, but it's very disturbing.
Ironically,
Special effects in it are crap.
what's echoing in the back of your head, for those of you who get the reference, is a
Yeah.
reminder that O2 referenced it when y'all were trapped beneath dimensions.
Yeah. That's that name again.
Yeah.
So,
Look, I like where your head's at. Punks can protect. Punks can do a lot of things. We'll just take it slow.
very well. We will take it slow.
You seem like a better violence tutor than I am. I don't really... You know when to do that. Help them?
One of us now.
Punk rebel lessons?
Punk rebel lessons.
First thing you gotta know about programming, it is overrated.
And Xion kind of just shifts back a little bit.
And at that point, you're starting to touch down outside the garage. Now the
We touched
garage.
down just a little hard.
Now the garage is experiencing some traffic today. There are customers coming and going.
Okay.
There are 2 vehicles that are currently being worked on, and a few people in the shop, along with other mechanics that rent the shop out to use the space.
Awesome.
Everyone has stopped and is watching aghast as this dropship touches down in the parking lot right next to them. Dr. Patel immediately unclasps the belt buckle and says, okay, yeah, if you want to follow me and we can get set up in the garage, Lacey, there's a room in the back that we can use.
Assuming that they didn't throw out all of my stuff when I was probably fired for not showing up to work for 2.5 weeks. I just realized that part right now. Am I screwed? I think I'm really screwed.
It'll be fine. I've been
Best I
fired
got.
so many times.
I've never been fired.
Punk rebel.
I'm sure you'll be fine. You're the best they have.
Would you like me to speak to them, Operator Lacey? I can be very persuasive.
I think I probably need to take responsibility for my actions, but I appreciate the offer.
You're very welcome. Good too. I shall observe and learn.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go in real quick and talk to my boss and get fired.
And Patel turns to you and says, "This is all part of. We're almost there. We're going to do this pretty quick. Thank you again."
I'm so
being
sorry.
really-
It didn't actually occur to me until.
I'm just enjoying. I'm not usually the one who gets to watch the show.
Yeah, and
Welcome
it's
to
kind
our
of cool.
circus.
It's kind of cool flying in a dropship just randomly across.
Do
the
you
city.
always just land it randomly wherever you feel like?
They kind of.
Sometimes I hover it over the roof.
We've been working on the invisibility.
Yeah, now we have access to Costu's tech. I just haven't had enough time to integrate it in. Oh, I have so many projects.
For which you'll have tons of time. So hey, if fired, big upside.
Exactly.
The ramp starts to lower. And y'all see
I'm gonna go and find out what's up.
in a hilarious moment of mundanity, Lacey, you roll into the shop. You see a few familiar faces, a few of the mechanics. Now, this shop is co-owned by a few mechanics that kind of chime in and front the cost of rental in order to use the space. And you see a guy who you know is one of the co-owners. He's nicknamed himself Scrap. He refuses to tell anybody his real name. Very friendly. Scrap is in his late 60s and is also working with disability. His left arm and left leg are both cybernetic, and is currently sitting down with his left cybernetic leg kicked up onto the desk, and he's just working on it, just making some adjustments. One thing he does not take care of is his beard, which he trims on occasion, but for the most part, that beard has grown out into whatever the hell direction it wants to grow. And he insists that it's one of the things that makes him unique. And as you approach, he looks up and goes, "Bzz. Holy shit, is that Lacey?"
What's going on at the leg?
Oh, same thing that always happens. The servos are going out on this thing. I need to get them completely replaced. But don't worry, I already went into the junkyard. Check this out. Pulls open the drawer, lays out a couple of brand new servos, just sets them down. He says, I just need to shave them down so they'll actually fit into the sockets, but these are going to be great.
Ooh.
Where the hell have you been?
Can I make I want to start picking up the servos and grab some tools and start working.
So
we're having a conversation. I might as well, make myself useful.
So as you pick it up, he immediately hands you one of the tools and says, and moves his leg right in front of you and just says, so yeah, you're not getting out of that question. Where the hell have you been?
I haven't been able to come into work.
Yeah.
I got overwhelmed. I know that my dad talked to you about how that might happen.
Is it okay? Yeah, I do remember.
And I didn't. I should have really been in contact.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Yeah.
And I understand, you need to use the space. Hopefully you were able to use the space while I was gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I know no one else uses the blanket nest, but most of the rest of the stuff can be used by other people working at the station.
I just want to know why the helicopter tail came off the wall. Because that was a hell of a mess. It looks like it got remounted, but it looks like it smashed to hell.
I have a friend who's a really big power lifter and thought she could lift it.
Yeah. All right. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and do. I'm gonna do like an old guy thing here, where I lean forward and look you in the eye and say, Lacey.
Thank you.
There's a shit ton of things you ain't telling me right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so let's just acknowledging that. You don't want to tell me, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm certain it has something to do with the fact that there is a military-grade dropship parked in the parking lot, and I'm gonna go ahead and guess that has something to do with you. Yeah, okay, so let me ask you one more question then.
Okay,
Should
can I ask
I
you first,
not-
do you need me to swap that circuit board? Because it looks like it's about to go. We should just all do it all up at the same time.
Oh, yeah, we should, yeah, go ahead, do that.
Cool, all right.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you.
Ground.
Ground. Run, ground. So.
No, I mean, I'm about to just ground yourself
Oh.
for the portal. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, you were yelling?
I was gonna yell.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm doing the other old guy thing where I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Let's see. We were talking about my military
No,
grade
I
dropship.
remember
One more
what it is
question.
now. I remember what it is now.
Uh-huh.
Is the correct answer you probably shouldn't tell me what the hell you've been up to?
I don't know. It might be better for you to know because you'd be safer, or it might be better for you not to know because you'd be safer.
That answered it for me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and let you finish your work.
Okay.
You still got a job here if you want it. But you're gonna have to move the dropship because it's taking up the parking lot.
What if it just takes up the bit of the side? No, we can't take up the bit of the sidewalk. I don't have my placard on it.
Are you serious right now?
Should I have had my placard on it?
Oh, man.
I put coaxing power into the leg as well.
Immediately, the toes just go, and he looks at it and says, "I love you, kid. I do."
Thank you, Scrap. I appreciate it. I know that requires a lot of patience. Thank you.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Old enough.
Old enough.
Yeah.
That's an answer I should be given, not you. You're young.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Old enough then.
Yeah.
Okay. So, my point is, you're entitled to shenanigans. You live in those years of your life, and you should be getting up to them. Just,
Really?
Sure, yeah. It's time to be, hell, you're probably, what, in your 20s, 30s? I would say be punk rock right now. What the hell? But,
I've been working on it. Being punk.
you're flying that, right?
Is that punk?
I'm gonna take that as a yes. Are you flying that?
I can drive now.
All right, one more quote. Oh, he stops as he sees, comes to a stop in the entrance of the garage with the rest of everybody walking up. Dr. Patel in the lead just going,
I'm not fired!
I told you!
It's only because Scrap is super, super, super way nicer than he has to be.
Yeah, I knew that too. Hey, Scrap.
leans in and says, I barely recognized you, Luma. I barely recognized you.
I grew my hair 3 inches.
Okay. Well, good. I envy anybody who can still grow hair on their head.
You have a wicked beard, though.
Yeah. These are your friends?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Just don't get in the way at the shop. Hello there.
Hi.
This is Scrap.
You are way overdressed for this place. I'm not complaining. It's nice to add a little class to this shop.
I take offense to that.
That's fair. Yeah. No, I slipped up there. I was trying to deliver a compliment, and I slipped up.
Please deliver away.
That is a Class 3 Traeger Wardroid standing in the entryway, Lacey.
What? No. It's a big old softie. Just like you.
Designation friendly. Friendly Scrap.
Confirmed. Designation friendly Scrap. Scrap just leans back as Honey Baby steps up and goes, It is a pleasure to meet you, friendly Scrap. And Scrap goes, yeah, I'm left-handed. And they change hands, and metal meets metal as they shake hands. And Scrap just says, look, we got to keep working out here. It's really great to see y'all. If you need to make some space, are you doing work? Is that why you're here?
Yeah. We needed to run some tests, and I thought some of the equipment I had would help.
All right, well, there's one room left in the back, but it's not very big. It's for small projects. It's yours if you want it.
Thank you, Scrap.
Thank you. He pulls up his leg and goes, this is working just fine.
It should work even longer because we replaced the circuit board. Look at your arm, too.
I know. One thing at a time, though. One thing
Yeah,
at
now
a
one's
time.
finished.
Yeah.
And look at the other.
I have learned that when my arm is not working and Operator Lacey tells me to look at it, it is advisable to look at it. Okay. Thank you.
Lacey's a mega hypocrite and her tires are bald as heck.
This encounter comes to an end as Scrap just stands up and says, take your room. Don't stay long, though. I'm not trying to kick y'all out, but that thing can't take up the parking lot.
Okay.
Okay. Moves away. As he leaves, as he steps away, for a brief second, Oya, you see two bodies. It looks like, for a split second, it looks like Scrap steps out of his body and keeps walking. And then the rest of him catches up and remerges with his body. And you see a ripple in reality where he was standing.
That can't be good.
And for a split second, you think you hear a voice say, calling from across a chasm. Oh yeah! An echoing voice. There's a split second where you think it might be Anton, but you realize it's Ollie. You can hear it. And then it's calling out. Everyone's conversation continues on around you as you hear this for a second.
How you holding up?
And then reality, noises come flooding back in, and you're back in the machine shop. And Scrap has moved off.
Well, I remember my way to the kitchen.
Yeah, it's basically the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
Follow.
I'm gonna go to the, where's the bathroom?
2 doors down and to the left.
Great, thanks.
Wanna come with me?
Yeah.
That's a good place as any. Like I said, we'll try to do this really quick. And I know I keep saying it over and over, but really, thank you for trusting us. I promise we will get this done and get you back. And I think everything will be great. We'll be fine.
Lacey, does this garage have enough juice, or do you need a power source?
We'll have to see what equipment we've got, what I can put together, and maybe we need a battery if you want to come along.
All right.
Plus, I need to make your new shower cap.
Yes, please.
And at about that point, you see Moonlight, who's standing in the background, sign to you, I'm going to stay with Sal. He's not used to being out like this. Doesn't want to leave the dropship.
How is he?
Oh, he's fine. Okay. She nods. He's fine. But he doesn't want to come down the ramp. And I don't want to leave him alone.
I understand.
Cool. So she does this and moves back to the dropship.
Feed the chickens.
I imagine this room is
She
not
stops
big enough.
and looks back and goes, where's the food for the chickens? And Dr. Patel
In
goes,
the base.
oh, God. They finished it off the night before last. I completely forgot. You know what, though? The supplements that I've got are actually, they can eat those just fine. I know this for a fact because I've worked with animals, and I'm not proud of it. Don't worry. Hey, look.
Wow.
There is nothing about my scientific past and the corporations I worked with that I am proud of, okay?
I do those protein bars with chicken feed.
It's fine. It's important work.
Yeah. It's very important work. I just want to make sure that everyone understands where I'm coming from. Sorry, we should focus on what we're doing.
Yeah. Sorry. Tinkering. Testing. Hi.
A few moments later.
We all fit in the room.
What's that?
Do we all
not
fit
all in the room?
The room is the room that Scrap was talking about is for this shop. It's big enough to accommodate vehicles. Now the smaller room that in the back, it's not accessible to vehicles, so it's mostly used for a workshopping area. So what you walk into is a room roughly half the size of the stage. So it's big enough that everyone can fit in here, but it's a little tight.
Examination room.
Yes, exactly. Think of it like workbench tables, lots of tools on the walls, anything you need, digital displays and stuff like that. A diagnostics room, if you will, but perfect for a workspace.
All right.
With everyone getting in here at once, it is a little bit of a tight fit, but everyone can fit in here.
What do you need?
Dr. Patel sets down that metal briefcase and just says, mostly privacy.
Yeah.
Y'all can all stay, but I just want to close the door.
That's your
Up to you.
choice.
There's nothing, don't worry, this is non-invasive. And I don't need any sort of, I don't need a biopsy or anything. I just need to scan.
We can leave.
Also, just for the record, you seem really nice, but please don't hurt the doctor with brain magic.
Don't know.
Well, let's be realistic. We don't know how their power manifests. It's entirely possible that if you suffer a state of anxiety or feel threatened, you could hurt everyone.
Okay, good luck.
But I'm sure this is going to be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's probably important to at least have the person who does the tech here and you, if we need the power, but otherwise...
Understood.
Okay. You're left in the room, and Oya, you step into the bathroom.
Mhm.
You close the door, slide the lock closed to use, and you are in this bathroom alone, single-use bathroom, and you can hear the buzzing of the machine shop. Place is very clean. Has all the accoutrement of the century that it is in, so it's a very advanced-looking space. Pretty comfortable. It does have a mirror.
I peed.
Okay. You
No one does that in RPG.
You efficiently use
It has
the,
P right there in the name.
you efficiently use the toilet for what it was designed for.
Yes. Do I have to roll for that?
Yes.
The difficulty 9.
Do you normally have to roll?
Yes.
Immature content.
Yeah, you hear.
Love it.
You hear Vooncost's voice go.
Difficulty 8.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll come back. I was so rude of me. I'm so sorry.
I'm done. It's fine.
Oh, God. I really need to text you before I do this kind of shit. I'm so sorry.
Oh man, I just had a difficulty 8P in there. It was a lot.
Oh my goodness. Roll to maintain the stream.
Which one?
I have endurance.
You can barely
Mine's
stand here.
Killed Ollie, and the stream cannot go on.
I'm going to take a moment to congratulate us because we've been punchy as shit this entire game, and we have not cracked once.
Cass is always punchy.
Oh, that's a good point. So I congratulate us. All right.
I just thought that we did this once we got a mod here.
I'll get him off here.
If all of you want to throw your staplers in chat, now is the time.
Now is the
I'm just gonna spam all box.
So after I pee, I wash my hands.
Okay.
And then, thank you, hygiene. And I look into the mirror, and this is stupid. Oh my god. I don't feel good about this, but I try to just dip through that interspace to find Ali.
It's different this time. Before, it was this sense of uncertainty and insecurity about what you were doing and if you could do it. Before, you had to find that space between thought in order to activate your abilities. But the moment you begin to focus on your intention to talk to Ollie, that insecurity in the back of your mind begins to bleed away because it starts to feel more and more like time is answering your commands. Reality responds to what you want and folds the way you want it to. It's a bit shaky at first, but as you begin to think about it more and more, and that uncertainty bleeds away, the mirror suddenly begins to ripple like someone had dropped a small little pebble in a pond and just ripples outward. And it's like casting a heavy fishing line. You managed to go right over that in-between space that you unfortunately had been stuck in with Anton. And instead, you make contact. Immediately, you see the ripple begin to form in front of you. And around you, sigils that you've never seen before begin to form in the air. As they begin to take form, it's like a circle begins to form around you in the glowing purple, luminescent light that you formulate when you call upon your abilities.
What do the sigils look like?
They look
detail I can
there's
tell.
Yes, so the symbols that form, they say words in your mind that cannot be verbalized with today's understanding of speech. Essentially, what you begin to realize is you're tapping in to the essence of reality. What is coming through is the formulation, the actuality of the first language. And you see it beginning to form these strange symbols and curved lines, these sharp, jagged edges forming into triangles that splash out into different shapes and geometric patterns. Some of them are pure chaos and wiggle all the way down with dots surrounding them. But essentially, these magical sigils begin to form. In old times, would have been considered something like an arcane speech. But in fact, are the formulaic first words the universe ever heard. And it responds, glows in front of you as this mirror begins to ripple, and you stretch out across universes, and immediately Ollie's face appears in front of you. The room around you, the bathroom, falls into total darkness. And now it is just you, the abyss of nothing, and this mirror with these sigils glowing around it, and Ollie's face in front of you. And Ollie looks at you and says, Oya, I can see you clearly.
Yeah, you too.
Hi.
Hi. I try to touch him.
You feel, you're not making skin-to-skin contact. You can feel the pressure of his hand on the other side of reality touching yours. And he looks at you and says, you have grown very powerful. I can feel the energy just coming off of your hands.
Yeah, I guess this didn't happen in your reality, but we got hit by some more of the stuff that made us the way we are. Kind of threw everything into chaos. We lost Anton.
Anton. Oh.
Do you remember Anton?
Yeah.
He's our stretchy boy.
I'm so sorry. What happened?
Do you know about Vunkos?
You see his face and says, yeah, that's why I was contacting you. We found out about them.
Wait, what do you mean? You learned about their presence?
Oh yeah, I've had contact with other versions of us. I've had contact with other realities.
Really?
This story is playing out all over the place. And Oya, across all these realities, they're all headed to a single point.
Where?
I don't know. But I've been exchanging information with all of them, even the ones that would shock you. It turns out we're not good guys in every single universe. But I can tell you that the events that are taking place across all of our realities, they're happening all at once. They're happening in a multitude of ways, but they're all leading in the same direction. And I think it's going to take us all to a single moment, a junction.
Like where we all come together?
I think so. And I can't be sure, but I think this is their plan.
To get us all in one place?
There's no one else that has the ability to manipulate reality like this. In some of these realities, they've been destroyed. And in some of these other realities, they've won.
So...
It doesn't seem to be enough, though. I think there's a coordination, or they exist everywhere at once. All I know is that when we reach that junction point, if we're not ready, we'll have lost everything. I'm sorry I'm being so vague, but this is kind of what I'm piecing together from all the conversations I've had. The mirror begins to ripple again and says, we probably shouldn't stay talking too much longer. Is there anything you can tell me, or is there anything I can tell you?
Yeah, I tell him really briefly about how close we came to Vunkos, me and Anton being trapped in the interdimensional space between. I tell him about that stuff.
He listens and just goes, oh my God.
So if Vunkos is just moving around the interdimensional in-between spaces, collecting all these different realities and pushing us together, then yeah, the thing is, if Anton is still there, here, wherever that is, then we have a guy on the inside.
That's
Maybe.
I
know it's probably really, I don't know, naive of me to say, but I just feel like he's still out there.
Look, for whatever reason, you and I and the rest of us, have the ability to reach out across the walls of reality and talk to each other. If that's possible, anything's possible. But just to echo what I think your heart's telling you, the odds aren't good.
Yeah.
It also might explain why we're public enemy number one.
Us?
Well, think about it. None of our teammates have the ability to perceive reality or interact with it in the way you and I do, and the rest of us do.
Yeah.
And it's been told that we're the ones that can turn the tide. Without us, no one would know that these realities were converging, in which case defeat would be inevitable.
Right.
But we're still the variable. That's true where I'm at, anyway.
Yeah.
Did you talk to the being O2?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. I guess we do, we have a big part to play in this. Sorry, I just feel distracted being here. Just with Anton and...
I can give you this much. From what I've discussed with the other versions of us, time moves differently in the in-between. In the walls of reality, it's entirely possible that right now, the moment you left on Anton is still happening. It might be that you could rescue him still. But that's a possibility. And when he says possibility, a crack begins to appear in the mirror. It goes, you just see it split. And as it splits, he looks down and looks at it and goes, we should probably wrap this up.
Okay. Okay.
I'll let you know. It seems like you can contact me now, so
Yeah.
I'll reach out to you where I can.
Okay. Be safe.
You too.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
And steps back. Just as another... This crack just crawls up to the center of the mirror and stops. And the lights return to the bathroom. And
Is
you
the
just...
actual mirror cracked?
Yeah.
I exit the bathroom.
You walk out the bathroom. Stepping out the bathroom. In the workshop area, you see your beloved teammates all gathered kind of around Shion as they have sat down in a chair, and Dr. Patel is putting... What's that? Y'all left?
We left,
Okay.
yeah.
Dr. Patel has put this bracelet around their arm that is hooked up to the machine that she has set up on the work desk. And
Is
she's
this
like,
out? Am I in the bathroom that's like in the same room, or?
no, the bathroom. So you've exited, and just down the hall, you can. The door is wide open right now, as they're doing their little test in there, or they're about to start it.
Okay.
And Dr. Patel looks back and just waves at you, and then turns to you and says, "Okay. So, it's going to take about 5 minutes." But this machine is able to detect the presence of high concentrations of what we call the Callisto 6 energy source. Or if you're a transdimensional alien, you call it the radiance, which I still don't like as much as Callisto 6.
That's because it wasn't named for your cat.
That is correct, Lacey. Okay, so I'm going to activate this, and that should be that.
Okay. Do you need a spark or am I
No,
good?
but can I ask you a question? And she leans in and she goes, if I turn this thing on, it's entirely possible that they're going to detect it, so you might want to get some eyes outside just in case. And the woman leans back and smiles at you and says, I'm a doctor, I know what I'm doing. Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be, I guess.
Great.
I just sort of put my hand out nearby in case you want one to hold.
Oh yeah, Shion grabs on and holds tight.
Okay. Lacey, you don't need a machine. As it activates, you can feel from their touch, you can feel that same thing that Hops and Luma probably felt. It's almost imperceptible. but there's definitely a presence of the energy. How concentrated it is, and if they're a super, that's what we're about to find out. But you definitely can tell that Shion has traces of that energy source. Moments later, the machine begins to hum, and Dr. Patel is just looking at it and taking down notes, making some adjustments. This literally looks like a steel case, and on the inside, just a few panels that are giving data readouts and just data kind of streaming down the screens. It is scanning the presence of energy, and it's picking up everything. You are getting a sense of what's going through this data pad. It's biosignatures. It's giving out. Dr. Patel has created a machine that will essentially measure any energy source the human body is either manufacturing, from kinetic energy all the way down to the potential metaphysical energies. You are looking at what could almost be called super science. Patel
It's science about supers, so yeah.
But it is like, everyone has been proudly stating that Patel is the smartest person in the universe.
Gourmet.
And it's just further indication that this woman is actually
The smartest person in the cosmos.
the technology that she has created here is pretty incredible. And she's just going through the scans going, okay, so we just got to let it get the information, process it. How are you feeling? Is that okay? Is it too tight?
It feels like I'm going to get my blood pressure taken and they haven't started the pump yet.
Great. That's exactly what it should feel like. Excellent.
Sphygmomanometer.
Oh.
I always like that word.
It's a nice word.
It's transdimensional energy.
Mood.
Squeeze.
Hops, where are you right now?
I went outside.
Okay, you're outside. There's a drop ship. Somebody walks past it and is giving it an eye.
I'm gonna go around the back.
When you go around the back, you see Moonlight and Sal are on the ramp, and Moonlight is signing to him. You see her basically saying, you don't have to come out if you don't want to, but if you do want to come out, I'll go with you. Whatever you want to do. And Sal is doing this, going,
Might stay, might go, might stay.
And Moonlight's nodding and says, how about now? And Sal says,
Yeah, might stay, might go.
I just leave them to it.
Okay.
Roll a time.
And there's a smile as you're leading them to it. There's a smile going across Moonlight's face as she signs again. And now, and Sal, almost like he wasn't asked a few seconds ago, just goes,
Yeah, might stay, might go.
I love it so much.
We're perfect.
and
Can I marry a moment?
No, 'cause I'm in love.
and they just sit there having this moment together. You move back around.
I'm just kind of I'm kind of like walking the perimeter of the warehouse.
Okay.
I'm a pretty fast walker. I just like I don't know. I'm just keeping myself alert and awake and upset. And
All right. You step out. You're kind of just looking around, alert and awake.
And upset.
I think the subtext there became text.
Sorry.
Real quick, what is Cass and what is Luma doing? What are those two doing?
I mean, I've definitely found a table that I know that Scrap has not put things on because he knows that when I'm there and Lacey's working and I'm just there, I can like sit and like swing my
Yeah,
feet.
remember, there's actually like
so I'm in
bean
that
bags
spot.
in the back as well, and a comfortable living space where you can just crash if you need to sleep there for the night. The first time Lacey went into the dark was in this area, in the very back.
We had
happy memories.
Happy days.
I'm reverting to those habits, which were the snack making and getting. So.
Okay.
I'm probably with Cass. So with snack duty.
Okay, show me this again because I keep making my own cafecito and I'm bad at it.
Okay, well, we don't have the actual like things here to make actual cafecito, but we'll make do.
Okay.
Huh. Yeah. I guess I'm just I'm sitting alone in the not in a sad way, just like taking a moment of quiet.
Yeah, you've just been
have I
cooped up
ever
with a
been
bunch of
How long have I been surrounded by people?
Nonstop.
Yeah.
This is the first time.
This is the
since
first
you've
time
been
I'm
back.
realizing it.
This is the first time you've been back from the moon.
I don't even mean.
Not even just from the moon. This is the first time you have sat down to yourself since you took on the role of manager of that museum and the space shuttle modifications began. It's been
Before
months.
that.
Yeah.
Before that.
Oh yeah, that would be true.
Family,
Yes.
with my job, with that.
Mhm.
Last time I went outside alone.
The exhaustion. You just. You kind of. You have a moment, Luma, where you're. And the thing that attracts your attention is you look up and you see two old best friends saying things that are ridiculous to each other.
Yeah.
Oya and Cass are having a conversation about 10 feet away as Cass is pulling out.
Okay, you keep asking more, but then you already like pour it before I can respond. You realize you're doing that.
More.
Of course, you know you. More. Hey, stop messing with me.
It's a moment. It's a snapshot moment because it's a moment of it's the deep breath before the plunge style moment. Not that like you guys are on the verge of like anything huge right now necessarily, but
Thanks, ominous DM.
oh shit's coming. But
Yeah, great.
I mean, at some point, eventually.
This
right?
is the first time I've gotten to people watch quietly the way I used to, the way I love, without it being for a reason to keep us alive.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
To
just watch for a second.
You just watch for a second. You can, in the background, hear the conversations happening between Lacey and the occasional question from Honey Baby, the buzzing of machine shop noise, and you're remembering that ridiculous moment where Cass tried to lift that helicopter tail off the wall and failed miserably.
Yeah.
And then you're remembering watching her grab a 3-ton dimensional worm and pull it into your reality with her bare fucking hands. It would have taken a Caterpillar tractor moving in full reverse with the possibility of damaging its hydraulics to do what she did. Caterpillars can lift quite a few tons, but it's pretty impressive that she dug her fingers in and pulled that thing. Like, it's another snapshot of how far you've come.
Yeah. No one's looking at me, but if an audience were looking voyeuristically, you would almost sense the glow of Luma dim, as if finally turning off.
You're exhaling.
Yeah.
It's a nice moment. And you cannot help but suddenly acutely feel the absence of Anton.
Yeah. I remember the amount of times I've counted heads and counted wrong and remembered to count less.
Dr. Patel is almost done with the test. She says it'll just be a few more minutes. How are you feeling?
It's really weird. I usually feel pretty calm, but ever since you guys walked in the door, it's been like a lot of everything. I don't really know how to say it, but I don't know.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you something you already know. Whatever the hell this test says is not going to tell you who you are.
Well,
I'm just saying, even if you got this, you can still be whoever the hell you want to be. They chose to be who they are. You don't necessarily have to put on tights and come help us save the world or anything like that. I just want you to
I
know.
put on tights and save the world every goddamn Friday night. I'm just saying.
She laughs and she said, I desperately need to bring my wife to your club.
Just ask for Siren.
Siren?
The initials of my name, SRN, Siren. It's my stage name.
Definitely be your superhero name.
That's great. Outside, Hops.
Do you have a drink called Doom on the Rocks?
Hops outside. You're standing there. As you're standing there, you begin to hear. No, not hear. Feel the low hum of electricity. You begin to like it's enough where you're like, huh? There's a spike of power, and it's getting closer. Instinctively, your staff comes out. As it extends, and you're holding it. At that moment, you hear the tearing sounds of tires as a van quickly burns around the corner with 2 vans behind it. It's about a block and a half down the street, and they're moving at high speeds. And that is where you're feeling this energy signature. Your sensitivity to electrical sources so acute at this point that you're aware there are stun weapons on those vans. I'll give you that without an insight check.
Okay.
These 3 vans are moving closer.
I'm gonna like quickly stick my head in and go, testing time is over! What's going on?
Make a defense check.
Oh, what's the difficulty?
12.
What kind of defense?
What?
This is speed defense.
Okay, I can work with that.
You can do it.
You can do it.
Okay, I can. Immediately goes down to 10. And then 9, and then I'm going to use 7, 6. Oh man,
just burn all.
I'm burning 5.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, 1, 2,
All that
1,
effort.
3,
Do it.
1, 2, 3. That's 7. So I can get it down to a 5. I'll do it one more
None of
time.
us can get anywhere close, right?
Yeah.
What's that?
I'll do it one more time and get it down to a 4.
Can get anywhere close.
This
right?
technically happens so fast that Hops doesn't even know she's moving.
Cool.
The speed of
I got it down to a 4.
Make your roll.
It's been a lot of crap.
Come on,
You do it.
baby.
Yeah.
17.
Yes.
My girl.
Not today.
Not today.
There's something inside you, that connection to electrical energy, you can sense danger. And at the speed of thought, everything in your body tells you to move right now. You manage to immediately throw yourself back. It's one of those instincts you have when you see like if you saw a car coming, before you can even think that you're in danger, you immediately throw yourself out of the way. You hurl yourself back against the wall as there's a rush of wind. I need you to make a second defense roll.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is 12.
I'm gonna run out of speed. That's cool. That's cool. All right, I'll get it down to a. I won't go as crazy. I'll get down to a.
Go as crazy. Go as crazy.
I mean,
5.
Make it quick.
Oh, for friggin'. Okay. I can get it down to a 5.
Okay, make a roll.
I think that's right. Okay. 17 again.
Yes!
Wow. What the hell?
Speed of thought, you drop down, barely missing what felt like like a whip sound right above your head.
Okay.
And then you're aware there are a pair of feet standing in front of you. As you're just kind of look up, and your eye level raises to the point where you meet his eyes, and standing in front of you in a full black suit is Synapse.
No!
And he looks down at you and goes, I remember you. And that's where we stop.
No! We've been looking for you, baby. But
He's
now
been
you're
looking
a
for
bad
you.
boy. But not in a good way.
Don't think
He can be any kind of baby he wants. He's our baby, and he's returned to us. And I was worried that he was somewhere across the country without any memories or without any way to find his way back.
How the hell is he at level 12 though, y'all?
Yeah.
How the hell is he at level 12?
Well,
That's fast boy.
the question.
I know.
Speedy got bad boy.
Thank you for coming home, honey.
And he might not remember us, and he's been trained to like send.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But he's back.
Okay, this
Also,
Hell
yeah!
Aki, we'll see you next episode, yeah?
Because I live here now!
That's right.
I don't have to.
Want to learn more about Shion? That is a rad character, and I can't wait to get into what Shion can do.
Yes.
Yeah, indeed.
I can't wait for you guys
Baddies
to
have
find
arrived.
out.
Baddies have arrived. They're around the corner racing towards the machine shop, and Synapse has made an appearance and tried to take Hops' head off with 2 punches.
Shit.
Oh, frick.
Oh, yeah. Those were attacks.
Yeah.
Synapse was attacking you.
Oh, thank God.
We got
And
that. We
by, and by the way, was taking it easy on you because a surprise attack gives you a +4 difficulty. So
He's back, and that's what's important.
That's what-
we'll
all
see
of
what
it out
happens
later.
next episode. Who knows what could happen next episode?
How much
Definitely don't miss it.
damage
We will see you guys next Friday night. Stay tuned for Vampire. Thank you so much, of course, as always, for joining us for this great session of Callisto 6. Thank you so much for joining us, Aki. We'll see you next Friday.
Yay!
We'll see you next Friday at the same time. Until then, stay whimsical.